Welcome back to the old Talkin Bout podcast with the old Sean, Vaughn, and Sticks. How are we doing today, boys?
Wayo. Wayo. Great song.
What the fuck was that?
Boom, boom, boom. Now I hear you say, wayo.
I've never heard that.
I'm going to have a fucking aneurysm today.
Oh, there it is. First one of the podcast.
All right. That's my one today of the old podcast. No, nobody wants to comment on how they're doing today.
I'm doing pretty good.
Okay, thanks, Sticks. I appreciate the enthusiasm. I appreciate the feedback. I appreciate the interactiveness of you today. I really do.
I'm trying to just hey whatever threw me off, bud.
Don't make me unplug your microphone now.
He's trying, isn't he? He's really trying today.
You're gonna plug it, throw it across the room at him.
It's coming.
Good thing mine will stay plugged in. I'll let you guys know if Sean's goes flying into Vaughn's head.
It's coming. It's coming.
Air Sean.
How's the week today? How was the week, guys? Did you guys have a good week this week? Or?
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Wasn't bad. A little cold, but
a little chilly. Yeah.
It's gonna be even colder next week, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a week.
Yeah.
Trying to get the all 40 hours at work is a struggle.
It's the cold weather.
Yeah, it is.
It's understandable, but I mean, there's other stuff we could be doing instead of just going home, I feel like.
Right.
I mean, probably, but
Yeah, you could be standing outside freezing your ass off playing with water. I mean,
I'd rather be doing that.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. It's cold, but
Making money.
yeah, the hands start to get a little chilled after a while.
How was your week at work, bud?
The week at work wasn't too bad. I did not go to work Tuesday. Man, I'm pretty sure, honestly, I got the old food poisoning from racetrack. Yeah. It was terrible. Can you stop? Are you done?
been ready, born ready.
All right. I'm going to kill him today. I'm going to kill him. He's driving me nuts already.
Not if I kill me first.
Please do at this point in time. I'll take the laptop and we'll fucking record ourselves. Sorry, there's number 2. I'm sorry. Vaughn's gonna listen, guys. If there's a bunch of F words or bad words, cuss words today, it's all just blame Vaughn. It's Vaughn's fault. It's yeah, but yeah, I'm pretty sure I got food poisoning from the old waffle breakfast sandwich from Racetrack. I tried
Monster
something new.
Sausage.
I tried something new. I usually get the old double sausage, egg, and cheese. And by the time I eat it, like the bottom bun's like real crusty. It's it's fucking terrible.
Crusty? I would think it'd be soggy.
Well, it's not soggy. It's like hard. So it's not good. So I usually end up just throwing the bun out and just eating the egg and cheese and sausage. But yeah, I tried something new, and I'm pretty sure it gave me food poisoning. So I didn't go to work Tuesday. I'm pretty sure I lost 2 pounds from vomiting from my
ejecting from all openings,
orifices.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. And then went back to work Wednesday. Got called in Thursday. Thursday I had a 17-hour day. We had a main break up on 96th Street. I think it was like a 12 or 16-inch main. I can't remember what it was. But yeah, we had a main break there, and then we ended up having another main break on Friday. I didn't go to that one. That one was like a 20-something. It was in the middle of 146th Street. I'm going to get to a TED Talk here for a second.
Who?
A TED Talk.
Who? Asked.
Vaughn, I'm over it already, okay?
You know you love me.
TED Talk. If you see construction workers out on the road or they have a lane shut down and they are working, quit your bitching and your moaning and your complaining about them doing their job. And if you've got something to say it to yourself. Or you know what? If you're that concerned about it or you're that worried about it, why don't you get your ass out and come help? Okay? Because the last thing that we need is to be trying to do our jobs, trying to fix the water so you guys can have water, and you coming by moaning and bitching and complaining. Don't need it.
Yeah.
That's my spiel.
Or, when I'm trying to finish the concrete on a manhole and you bring your car past me at 90 fucking miles an hour.
Yeah.
Third one.
They deserve it. They deserve that one.
Yeah.
It's a little aggravating when your feet are 6 inches from their car because they don't understand how to go around. If you see cones, go around the cones.
Yeah.
Do not try and go through them.
Yeah.
They'll never learn.
Just be courteous, please. I mean, that's it. Like, we're not asking for much. At the end of the day, we all have families. We all have people that we have to go home to, or that people that are counting on us or waiting for us to get home. Stop being a twat.
Be considerate.
Yeah, be considerate. Jesus said to be considerate.
I don't know if Jesus said that. I'm pretty sure it was John.
Danny said that, but I mean, that's okay.
I think Danny said that John said it.
Maybe John or Luke. I can't remember which one it was.
It's,
That was the old church was great today.
Yeah, it was a good
It
one.
was pretty good.
That was the old message from church today. Be more considerate. Stop
Yeah.
being selfish. Stop being selfish humans, and be more considerate to thy neighbor. You know, your friends, family, whatever it may be. Be more considerate.
Well,
Stop
and
thinking
there's
about yourself.
Also, the other one of it was 3 points. I think the one was be more considerate, and then the other one was be more appreciative.
Yeah, definitely. Be more appreciative.
He made a good point. When he's like, the closer you get to people, the less you'll tell them how much you appreciate them.
Yeah, and he was that was I did notice that. He did say something about that, like, it's like, especially when you're in relationships and stuff, you've been in a relationship for 6, 7, 8 years now. He said, the typical thing is that you're less you communicate less, and you don't tell those people as much how much you appreciate them, or you appreciate the things that they're doing for you or whatever. And I will say, ladies who listen to the podcast, Pastor did make a good comment today. Just because we're men, we like to hear that we're appreciated too. We're not big bad wolves. We're not. I mean, we may be a little rough around the edges and stuff like that, but it's nice to hear that we're appreciated too. Or just like I appreciate what you're doing.
Preach, brother.
You might not be a big bad man, but old Stixie's bad to the bone, brother. Bad to the bone.
I don't think you can get any closer to that mic, Sticks. Just saying, but that's me.
By the way, it was Luke. Do to others as you would like them to do to you.
Yeah.
Luke 6:31.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Not
yeah,
John.
Yeah.
It was Luke.
Yeah. Okay. That was a good verse.
Yeah.
I know a
like that
couple
one.
guys named John.
I know a couple guys named Luke.
I know a couple guys named Mark.
I know.
What about-
we all know a guy named John Mark.
What about What
Dude,
about the old John
he was
Mark
dropping
today?
John Mark a lot. And I was
I know.
like, John Mark? I haven't heard that name in a while.
It's a biblical name for a not very biblical man.
No
Yeah,
kidding.
no
The old
kidding.
albino man.
Yeah. So
Albino redhead.
well, we're gonna get into some stuff here today. I think the topic of today is gonna be nostalgic.
Yeah,
stuff.
definitely.
2 things. We're gonna get back to the old dad joke of the week segment.
Woo, woo.
And then we're going to, on the podcast, we're going to draw a winner for those of you who entered into the drawing. We posted on our Facebook page. I think it was a $30 gift card.
Yeah, 30.
$30 gift card of your choice.
Amazon, Visa.
Yeah, well, dinner.
McDonald's.
Yeah, whatever you want. Starbucks. You want to take the old lady out for date night. Old man. Whatever.
Old man.
Whatever.
Yeah.
I want to take the guy out. Just do something. Be appreciative.
You want to take your buddy out? Take your buddy
That's
out.
right. Wanna
Leave
have
the
a bro
wife
day?
at home. Take your best friend
That's
out.
right. Have a bro date. Have a ladies' day. I mean, whatever.
Get a happy ending massage.
I mean, hey.
Hey, we didn't specify. If you want a $30 massage gift card, we'll get you a $30
Yeah, we'll
massage
get it.
gift card.
We'll
I
get it.
mean, we'll figure something out. We'll send you $30
but I
so you
will-
can go get a massage. I mean, who knows?
I will say this: y'all motherfuckers must not like money.
No, nobody. I guess not, because it's free, and we've had four people
Yeah.
enter.
Four people. One person entered twice.
Yeah, they did. So thank you to David Bensley, Brian McLean, Alexia Tark, and Hillary Hanna for taking the time and actually entering into something that we legitimately just trying to do to kind of spread the word more about the podcast.
And also give thanks to those who spread the word for us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, guys, it's not that hard. We're not asking you to go kill your firstborn son.
Whoa.
Wow.
That is a comparison. Probably not the one I would have used.
I mean, yeah, you're
we're
not
not
wrong
asking.
there.
We're not asking
Wow.
for much. We're literally asking you just to share the Facebook page. That's it. You guys spend 90% of your time probably on your phone while you're dropping a deuce.
While you're
Share a
supposed
few-
to be doing work.
Yeah, share the post.
And I know you're on Facebook because when you're dropping a deuce, that is the best time to be on Facebook
yeah.
Marketplace.
Or
Yeah.
TikTok.
TikTok's
Marketplace
back
is
now.
better.
Yeah, TikTok's back. We're obviously a little late to being able to talk about the ban, but
Yeah,
it is reinstated.
yeah.
Even though Sean, you do not have
I
a
don't.
TikTok.
I don't follow TikTok. I don't do that.
Well, you don't
the-
follow TikTok.
the
It's an
photos-
app on your phone.
The videos that you can see on TikTok, you can see on Instagram, you can see them on the old Facebook Reels. No point in me downloading a whole nother app.
There you go.
Whole nother app for it.
Now, if you really want to see some stuff on the old video sphere, Scoops.
Yeah,
You
that's
can
that
see-
one.
you can-
Scoops.
You can
It's-
see some things on
I
there.
don't think we should get into.
Let's just say you can see some violent things
Is
happen.
it like an app or a
It's
website?
an app. It's an app. You can download it on your phone.
called Scoops.
SCOOPZ.
I'm an old man when it comes to technology.
Scoop.
If I'm not if
who
you don't
was
show
it?
me it, then I have no idea.
John Pichette. John Pichette
Yeah.
showed us that. You can see some things on there.
Yeah.
Things that the media kind of hides away. It's crazy.
Well, into the old dad joke of the week, boys. Meow, 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 meow. All right, dad joke of the week. Why was the big cat disqualified from the race?
Because he was fat.
Because it was a cheetah.
Boo. Tomato, 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 tomato.
That one, I think that
Boo.
one was pretty good.
I thought it was all right.
I think that one was pretty good. Guys,
Let's throw the old 2-for-1 in there.
all right.
Throw the old 2-for-1.
You do know you can race a cheetah at the zoo.
Yeah.
You can.
Pretty
I've never
neat.
won. Done
It's
it a
never
couple
been
times.
open when I go.
Really?
No.
Sounds like you're slow. Why do scuba divers fall backwards into the water?
Because if they fell forward, they'd still be in the damn boat.
Yeah, that's
Bingo, bongo. That is the
Like-
answer.
Everyone's heard that one.
Yeah.
Well,
Because when you're sitting on the edge of the boat, don't be falling forward.
Oh, now I know you guys know this one.
We're gonna do thrice.
We're gonna do 3 of them today, just because I know you know this one. But keep your fat lips shut.
All
Okay.
right.
How do you make a tissue dance? You put a little boogie in it.
Heyo. That is a good one.
All right. I'm done.
That's a good one.
Done.
Yeah.
All right. So Vaughn, you have got the list of everybody.
I do. In fact,
Um,
even though it's 4.
That's fine. It's better than none. Again, we appreciate you guys that did enter into it.
Yes,
Bensley
yes.
had 1,907 entries. We did not put a cap on it, so you could have invited your entire friends list.
Multiple times.
Bensley did it once. He did 1,000, and then he did
No, he did 1,000. I think it caps on 1,000 invites, and that's why he came back for the 907.
So yeah, we didn't put a cap on it. I did that for a reason, just to give you guys an opportunity to. I mean,
Share it to your friends list.
yeah. So David Bensley had 1,907. Brian McClain did 25. Alexia Tarek did 20. Hillary Hanna did 1,000. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna randomize this wheel 4 times.
Yep.
And then on the 5th time is going to be the winner.
And
Vaughn is going to screen record it, and we will post it to the Facebook page later. We'll have the winner announced in here.
yeah,
You'll
you'll probably see it on the Facebook before.
yeah, you'll see it. You'll definitely see it on Facebook before before you hear this. So without further ado, Vaughn, go ahead, buddy.
Alrighty. Let's
See what we got
this
here.
one a-going.
Are
and for
you
those-
screen recording right
Yes.
now, okay, cool.
And for those who watch the video and look at the wheel and say, "Wow, why is that one so much bigger?" It's because the wheel's weighted. I'm not putting one person's name, almost 2,000 times. I have the wheel weighted to the amount of entries.
Right,
So.
right.
Do.
Need some like elevator music or some like waiting music. That was bad. Kind of ran out of breath there.
Number 2 coming through now.
All right, so we're on number 2, so we got 3 more.
Number 3 spinning now.
Do not, Sticks. Do not. He's trying to play the old
No.
Haji Mart music.
No.
It's good. Makes you want to boogie.
1 pound fish. 1 pound fish.
All right. I assume you're on like number 4 now, maybe.
That was
Number 4.
I believe so.
Okay. Drum roll, please.
I wish y'all could see him doing that.
Number 1 winner, David. Woo! Bensley.
David Bensley. All right, buddy. We'll get with you. We're going to post that, and we'll get with you on what gift cards you want. I will say there were other winners throughout the times that we did that before. So, and, I mean, you all had the chance. So, just because somebody took the opportunity, don't be mad at him for winning, even though he had the most entries. Because you guys all had the opportunity to do it. So, again, thank you, David, for sharing it, Bensley. And we appreciate it. We'll get with you and get you a gift card. Your choosing, buddy. All right, so on to today's topic. We kind of talked about it a little bit last week about stuff that came from our childhood, like nostalgic stuff.
Not even really our childhood, but even like going through high school and things.
Yeah. It was funny that you so you asked last week about the boombox, like carrying the boombox around.
Yeah.
And I was talking to my brother about it, and he was like, he goes, "What in the fuck is he thinking?" And I go, "What do you mean?" He was like, "We didn't do that either." He was like, "That's like 2 generations before us."
I don't know.
So that wasn't even like, that's like my grandparents.
It'd be like, yeah, it'd be like your dad, your mom, dad, like that type of generation, maybe a little bit before that.
I thought
so
they were
like-
like the record players.
Yeah, but I think
that'd be like our grandparents. would
yeah,
be
I'd
like the
definitely be our
record players.
grandparents. Yeah,
So like someone in like their 50s.
I'd probably say 50s, 60s,
late 50s, early
Yeah,
60s. Okay.
yeah.
It's about the age my grandparents are. Or, well, were.
R.I.P.
Not my grandpa. That motherfucker deserves to be in the ground.
Yeah, we won't go into that
No,
one.
we won't.
Anywho,
Yeah. So yeah, it was kind of that generation, buddy. But me and my brother, we did talk about some stuff. So here's the crazy thing. My brother and I are only 7 years apart, but him and I grew up on a lot of the same stuff. Like by the time stuff started, like, you know, I told him that, you know, he got mentioned last week because of having the CD player and the cassette player in his car, and then you have to put the cassette in that came off to basically an auxiliary cord, and you can plug that into your headphones of your CD player, and that's how
Yeah.
you would listen to your music and stuff. He kind of laughed about that, and he was like, yeah, that's, you know, I definitely did it, because I mean, I rode with my brother in the car, probably shouldn't have at the time,
that's okay.
but it's okay, you know what I mean? It's
We don't
all right.
condone it, but we did it.
Yeah, we did it. So,
I condone it. Do it. Live.
live a little bit.
YOLO.
Talking about used to, you know, ride in the back of the old trucks. Wasn't allowed to, but we did it.
It's actually not illegal in certain states. To
Really?
ride. As long as you aren't standing up, I believe. As long as you're sitting down, it's legal.
I think it's legal in state parks, too, I believe.
Yeah.
Huh. I did not know.
There's
that.
only a couple states where it's illegal, and I know for a fact California is one of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Shocker.
Yeah. Shocker.
I feel like they're illegal on a lot of stuff.
Not the marijuana.
No, they were one
Yeah,
of
that's
the
the
first
one thing
ones.
they're
It's the one
illegal
thing
on.
they got.
They were one of the first ones to really do it, too.
I'm pretty sure they have warnings on basically anything you can buy that says it has cancer or causes cancer.
That's okay. We're all going to die someday.
Exactly.
So I'm going to start out. Sorry, I'm trying to turn the game on here in the old garage too. I gotta have. I'm weird. I gotta have some like kind of background stuff. Like you guys will notice, I don't even pay attention to you. half
If
the
he got a
time.
TikTok, it'd be all the top video, and then the bottom would have the Subway Surfers on it.
Oh yeah, 100%. He would be like super liking those.
Yeah, I don't even know what you guys are talking about, but that's okay.
Exactly.
But
But if you did, that'd be all
we'll
you.
show you.
okay.
You'll be
He'll get addicted.
amazed.
He's like, man, is he gonna get all them coins? What's going on about this Reddit post?
So some of the things that and you guys can chime in too on this. I mean, this is kind of an open discussion. I'm not gonna, just vomit in the mouth from all this
Word
stuff.
vomit.
But some of the stuff that like I remember from my childhood, which I know some crosses your guys' paths.
Yeah,
but
we
then-
were talking about that the other day. A
Mhm.
lot of stuff that you had, I also had, and you were happy that I also not carried it on, but that other generations also experienced.
Well, yeah,
that.
but then like some of the stuff that you'll hear Vaughn talk about comes from my generation, but he may have like,
caught the back end of it.
caught the back end of it, or like, maybe
just-
certain songs were coming from my generation, but he was, his mom or somebody of his family may have
Yeah.
been listening to them or something like
I-
that.
I think part of it too was like you guys grew up and this tech was coming out and you could afford it.
Yeah,
And our age, the tech that was coming out, like if your parents weren't making some good money, like
Right.
we weren't getting the new iPod. Like
right. Well, the stuff.
No, I
like,
didn't
if
even
your
have an
parents-
iPod.
Yeah, if your parents weren't making good money, like you weren't getting our new tech.
No,
right.
like I said, I didn't even
So-
have an iPhone until I think I was 8th grade or a freshman in high school.
Yeah.
Well, and like for us, the stuff coming out, I mean, it was new. It wasn't very expensive because there wasn't a market for it at that point in time.
No, there wasn't.
So they had no really true idea on like how to really market it,
or if it was even gonna work.
Yeah, they didn't really know. Like, I mean, don't
Or-
get me wrong. Like, I'm not saying like I grew up in the friggin' like
40s.
yeah, and didn't have like color TV or something like that. But like, I mean, like like I remember when we first got a computer. I remember, we had the old Gateway computer, which you guys probably don't even know what that is.
I've heard of it. I
I
just
have
never
no
had one.
idea.
So
yeah.
so Gateway was like it was one of the first big companies, like their logo was like it almost looked like a cow. It wasn't like a cow, like a true like a cow,
like a moo cow.
yeah, it wasn't like that, but it was like it almost looked like kind of like a puzzle piece, but it had like black and white on it. So it kind of resembled like the colors of a cow, but it didn't, it
Okay.
wasn't like a true cow. But like even with that, like dude, like you guys grew up in an era where you had cell phones and you could text and all this other stuff. Like the cell phones didn't really start coming out until like they were out, but like it wasn't heard of texting somebody.
No.
Like we had the old AIM, the old instant messenger, the old chat rooms. Dude, talking about, I was chatting with people all over the freaking world. Didn't even know who they were. Probably could have found some creepers on there back then. But even then, man, like I start thinking about it now, and it's like it wasn't really that prevalent. Like it just wasn't, man. Like
What was it?
you
It
have all
was,
these predators and shit nowadays, and it's like, trying to prey on these young kids and stuff, but like it wasn't like that back then.
What was it? AGR, age, gender, race?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I forget the exact acronym, but it was
Yeah.
something like that.
Or like, and then maybe there might have been a location one in there.
Yeah.
And you tell people where you're from. Like,
Yeah.
dude, I was chatting with a chick from California. That was my little AIM girlfriend when I was like 13 years
You
old.
thought it was a chick from
No,
California.
No
no,
kidding.
no. This was back in the webcam days, buddy.
Okay.
You saw a thing or two on the old webcam.
Talking about, I know a thing or two because I've seen a thing or
telling you
two.
about it.
I'll give you a throwback. You probably don't remember as much, Sean, but this was me and Vaughn.
Omegle.
Omega.
Yeah, see, I
That's
told
what
him
he
about
said.
that the other day.
Yes.
I have
he
no
had
idea
no
what it
clue,
is.
and I said, I know for a fact Sticks will
I'll
know
tell
about
you
Omegle.
what. I'll tell you what.
You can
I-
see some things on
You
there.
can see a lot of wieners on Omegle.
that too.
I mean,
But
that was.
I tell you what.
I think that's where everybody saw the first one that either wasn't theirs or first one they'd ever seen for the women. It was
Really?
on Omegle.
Yeah, Omegle will make you a man.
That's weird.
It'll make you a man.
I'd never even heard of it.
Oh yeah.
No, I had no clue what it was. 'cause
It's
Vaughn
actually
said
not
something.
around anymore.
No,
it
they
got
closed
banned.
it.
Really?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Vaughn said something about it the other day, and I had no idea what it was. No clue.
Yeah, I tried to explain it to him. You just randomize, and you can connect
It's-
with anyone, but you can
yeah.
put like interests into like a little search box, and it'll connect you to other people with the same interests.
I always just clicked start and just
went through it.
because
Just let her eat.
before you were talking to someone, you probably went through
30.
30, 40 people. Half of that was wieners, half of it, a quarter of it was people who had their webcam going but weren't in the room, and the other half of that was like they didn't have a mic or they'd
Yeah,
be
they
there,
were-
but they wouldn't be paying attention.
Yeah, because
Huh.
there was also a chat function too. So like you could have your
So it's like an
webcam
instant
on.
messaging type thing.
Yeah,
too.
it was basically that, but it was
Mhm.
completely random. It just connect you with someone completely random.
Weird. Interesting.
I mean, really, it was like AIM, except it wasn't a chat room.
Huh. See, like like that was the big thing. Like you, like for us with like AIM and chat room, like you would more times than none, like you were talking to your friends. Like that was your
Yeah,
way
there
of
wasn't-
communication. Like, because I mean, back then, like, we didn't have cell phones, so like you would have to call your friend's house phone, or your little girlfriend's house phone or something like that, like, and then just hope that nobody else was listening.
Well,
on the
see,
phone.
I told you, I was still around for the landline time.
Yeah.
I was still a kid, but we still had the landlines.
Hey, when the cordless phones came out, dude, baller. I had one of the old cordless phones in my room.
Ooh, see, I didn't even have that.
Yeah.
We had one. At my
We had two.
grandparents, they had 3. They had one in the living room, one in the kitchen of all
Yeah.
places.
We had
and
one
then
in the
one
kitchen,
in
too.
their bedroom.
I think
and then
ours was in our kitchen, our landline.
yeah, at our house we only had one, and it was in the living room.
Yeah, we had one in the kitchen, and then I had one in my bedroom.
I remember when my grandparents got an answering machine, though. I do remember that.
Talking about old Tim Ball used to have an answering machine. He'd be like, "Hey, thank you for calling 894-3 or yeah, it was 894-3771. Please leave a message." Beep. He didn't know how to record the answering machine.
Okay, but here's my question. This will really show. Was your answering machine one where you had to put the tapes
No.
in? Okay.
No, it was
okay.
all digital at that
Okay.
point in time. Not really digital, but it would just store on like a little.
And then you had to delete them to get more.
Mhm.
This answering machine is full.
Hey, talking about when you knew you were gonna get a bad call home or something, you tried to hurry up and get home and
Erase
that.
the message.
Yeah, you'd erase that message as fast as you could.
So see that's the difference in. I don't know what that was. What were we even talking about?
The message you said that your mom would just directly call your mom.
Yeah,
But
they
see, we
just-
didn't have cell phones, so like they would call the house phone.
See, we still had cell phones. Well, not we, but like up until when I got an iPhone, my mom still had a BlackBerry.
See, we didn't have cell phones. Like there wasn't cell phones then. Like we didn't get cell phones until I was like 12. Well, I mean, again, like my grandparents had one and stuff, but like back then too, it was like like Stick said, like you had to be making some decent money. Like we had. Here's a drop for you guys that you have never even heard of. I can almost guarantee you, the old Singular Wireless. So the guy that used to do the commercials for Verizon. Can you hear me now? And you'd see like the commercials. He'd go around different places around the world or whatever, trying to like.
Oh my gosh, I do know that commercial.
saying
was that for Singular Wireless?
That's how it started. It was
oh
Singular
my gosh,
Wireless.
that's a throwback, dude. I
Yes.
remember
I
those
don't-
commercials.
I don't remember that.
Oh my
commercial.
God.
So the guy would go different places to show that they had that you could get service there, like out in the middle of the desert or in the woods or something like that.
That's
and be like, "Can you hear
crazy.
me now?
Yeah.
Good. Can you hear me now? Good."
Yeah.
And that's it. All started with Singular Wireless back in the day, because we had a flip. I think it was a flip phone. It kind of looked like, it kind of resembled a Razor, but it was a flip phone and it was Singular Wireless.
That's crazy.
Um,
I've probably seen that commercial countless times. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. Here's another good throwback for you guys. MySpace. You see, you guys weren't even around.
No, but
for
like I
MySpace.
told you,
No.
I knew what MySpace was even at the peak of MySpace. I just wasn't old enough to have one.
MySpace was the absolute shit.
Hey,
You
who was
could-
your number one friend?
Tom.
There
dude.
you go.
Tom the creator, dude. Number one friend. Everybody's number one friend. And then you could do I think you could do like top 4. You could do top 8. You could do top 12. And then dude, we were damn near we were damn near like hackers. Cause like MySpace, you had your own wall. It was just like Facebook. You had your own page or whatever. But on MySpace, you could put like different backgrounds and stuff. And you would just look up backgrounds and you would type the codes in and stuff. Like you would literally copy and paste the code, put it all in, and then you could have different like backgrounds. Like people would have backgrounds of Jordans or like cars or like money symbols and stuff like that, dude. Like you thugs, like just thugging.
What
out
was
there.
your number one background, Sean?
Probably
Wieners.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know, man. I had a lot of them. So I was a real big like Texas Longhorns fan back then.
Really?
Yeah, because Vince Young was playing with them.
Oh yeah.
So a lot of
Throwback.
a lot of things like Texas Longhorns. But it'd probably be like sports, anything sports related. Yeah.
that's fair.
And then like, dude, you could put your own personal song on there too.
Yeah, I tried to ask you that the other day about what your number one song was, and you said you changed it too much.
You changed it all the time. Like, dude, you'd hear a banger come out, and then you're just like, oh, got to change the song.
Yeah,
got to put it on. Or you go to somebody else's
hot like that week.
Yeah, or you'd go to somebody else's profile and you'd steal their song from them, and like, dude, you'd get all mad at old Johnny or something. Johnny, you're out of the top 4, buddy. Jimmy's coming in. Like, you know what I mean? Like, or then like you'd go to school and be like, why are you not on my friends list? Like, because I don't like you, bitch. Just.
Or you break up with your girl,
dude.
Yeah, you're out of my top 4,
dude. And then you'd have,
hey, your best friend's in my top 4 now.
Dude,
how about that one?
Talking about you'd break up with your old girl, put some banger song on there, like talking about like
I'm in love with the stripper.
I'm in love with the stripper, some shit like that. And then she's over there got some Leona Lewis, keep bleeding, keep bleeding, love. I mean,
broke up with my girl last night, so I'm going to the club.
Dude, the times were so much simpler back then.
Early
It was just
2000s,
beautiful. It was
up
beautiful.
until like probably like 2015, 2016 were probably like the greatest years
Except for
like
2012.
music.
That bitch Michelle Obama took away our good school lunches.
Yeah,
I'll never
we won't get
fucking
too
forgive her
political,
for
but I
that.
think everyone can agree on that.
I'll
Dude,
never
we used to
forgive
have
that.
some of the most banger. We used to get spaghetti for lunch. Spaghetti.
They took the
Homemade-
fucking ham out of my goddamn salad. What is that?
Dude, I remember when they
I was out of
switched-
school by then.
They
so I don't
switched
know.
from
No.
white bread Uncrustables. You know Uncrustables that you normally get white bread?
Yeah.
You know they have
Wheat.
whole wheat?
Yeah.
they're
Yeah.
disgusting. It
Yeah.
tastes like you're eating dirt with jelly smeared on it.
With a little bit of peanut butter.
Our milk.
No, it was like 90% jelly too. That's the worst part. And that's not even the healthy one.
Mm.
See, and you used to have the option. You could get 1% milk, 2% milk,
No,
chocolate
skim.
milk, or strawberry. And then when she changed it, it was all 1%.
No, we had skim.
We didn't have skim.
We had
But it
skim.
was
White
before-
chocolate, strawberry, skim.
It was in a bottle. You could get it in a bottle. And then they switched it, and you got these cartons.
Oh, it was always cartons. For
Yeah,
us,
we never
brother.
had the bottles.
We had bottles for a
Yeah,
while.
it was always cartons. For
and it was
us.
always
Just little plastic
Prairie
bottles.
Farms
Yeah.
because I know Southport at least had
It
Prairie
was
Farms.
always well. I mean, even when I was in Warren Township, it was always cartons. It
I
was
feel like
always
I
the cartons.
remembered my mom telling me about
It was always
bagged milk.
yeah.
That's in Canada though.
It was always
No, from what I understand, she had bagged milk when she was in school.
Huh.
Really?
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, ours was always like the little cardboard cartons of milk, like the little small, like to fit in your hands or
Half
whatever.
the time you don't know if it's rotten or not.
Well, yeah, and then half the time you open it up on the wrong side and it doesn't open up all the way. It was
Oh,
just a
yeah, it
mess.
tears
It was-
halfway.
Yeah, it was.
Hey,
it
here's
was
a
mess.
little snippet real quick before we get into the next one. If you fold it, so you drank the milk carton all the way.
Mhm.
So you fold it. You know how you opened it? You
Mhm.
open it all the way, so all 4 corners are up.
Yeah,
then
I
you
never did
fold
that,
it.
but
no,
that's
no,
okay.
no. You did
I know
that
what you're
after you
getting ready
drank
to
it.
say.
Okay.
I know Sticks did it.
Mhm.
You fold that thing back down and smush it a little bit. Put it underneath the lunch table and just stomp on that thing. Sounds like a gunshot goes off in the lunchroom.
and if you
Interesting.
left a little too much milk, it'd squirt milk all
Every-
across the
Dude,
floor.
you could probably shoot milk 30 feet. That's what
funny.
we used to do.
That's funny.
The old blueberry juice cartons, though, those were louder. And I'll stand on that hill. I'll die on it.
See, we used to have like juice. We didn't even get juice in like cartons. We got them in the little like the little plastic cups.
I know
Yeah.
what you're
That-
I know what
that's
you're
what
talking
we
about. We used to
got,
have
yeah.
those. We had the cartons in when I got to high school.
Yeah, we didn't get cartons or anything.
Mm.
Back onto the singular wireless, dude. I remember my first phone. It was a Virgin mobile phone, pay as you go. I would go to old grandpa's house every week, cut the grass whether it needed cut or not. Pay me $20.
Cut the- it's an inch high. Well, she needs cut.
Yeah,
out there in the
$20.
middle of winter.
We'll put up a picture of it at this time for it. That way I can show you guys what it was. I had just my mom had a regular Virgin Mobile like white flip phone, and then I had the old Virgin Mobile Kyo Sarah.
Is that that one you sent me a picture of?
Yeah, KYOCERA. Had the full keyboard, dude. Thought I was a baller. And see, and here's the thing though, is like all these kids were getting their phones from like their mommy and daddies, but I was paying for mine. I was paying for it. I saved up enough money to go buy the phone, and then every week I would buy 200 minutes. Those
There's
were-
no way you went through 200 minutes a
no,
week.
it was in case of emergencies
Oh.
because anything after 9 p.m. free.
Yeah.
The old after 9 call free, and then I paid $20 for unlimited text messaging.
So you were getting the 200 minutes because it was bundled with unlimited text.
No. I was doing the 200 minutes just so that in case I needed to call my mom or something, like to come pick me up or something.
Was
like
that the lowest amount you could get? Was 200?
Yes. Yes.
See,
yes.
they got you on that one. You really only needed like 50.
Yeah, so I did the 200 minutes, but they would roll over.
Oh,
So
well, that's
like
not
I
bad.
could build them up and stuff, so it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, so if you didn't need any, you really didn't need to buy any.
No.
That's
not at
fair. That's fair.
I got some video games on here too. Crash Bandicoot.
I played Crash Bandicoot
Medal of
on the
Honor.
old PS2.
Dude, speaking of games, I was looking at some stuff the other day,
Subway Surfers,
and the
Jetpack Joyride.
no,
Temple Run.
I think I remember the Jetpack Joyride. Was that like the Doodle game where the dude like jetpacked up or whatever?
No, that was Doodle Jump.
Okay.
That's one of the newer ones. That was
Yeah.
after Jetpack Joyride
So,
too. I'm surprised you knew that one.
One of the coolest things that they did in the like 90s, early 2000s was have like the colorful see-through like gaming systems. So like I had a Nintendo 64 and it was literally see-through, but it was like a burgundy color. So you could see all the internals and stuff on
Yeah,
it.
it was like
Mhm.
that. It was clear plastic,
Yeah.
but it was like real opaque.
But it was colored. But
Yeah,
it was colored.
yeah.
Yeah, it was different colors.
But it was
Colored,
like it
colored probably wouldn't be the right word. Yeah.
Yeesh.
It was different colors. So like I had a Nintendo 64 and it was like a burgundy color, dude. You were a baller if you could get the old black one. Like it was like I think it was called like ice black or some shit like that.
So that's
dude.
funny you say that.
Baller.
My cousins, both of them, because it was the family N64. They had that black one actually, and I vividly remember that because I played the shit out of Mario Kart 64 on.
Yeah.
it.
And then like I think I had Medal of Honor for Nintendo 64 too. But see like we had it all. Like
GoldenEye.
I don't even know if it was we had GoldenEye too, but we had my brother had the PlayStation and then I got the 64 and then my brother grew up with other stuff, he grew up with some stuff and then I got some stuff and so like we kind of swapped back and forth on different things, cuz
Yeah.
he got the PS2 and then the Xbox came out, the original Xbox.
Well, it used to just be called the Xbox One, but then they came out with another Xbox One.
No, it
so
was
now
just Xbox.
now you
It
well
was just Xbox.
yeah,
I
but
do
after the
remember the original
360
Xbox.
after the 360 came out, it was called the Xbox One.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the OG original.
yeah, it was
Xbox.
black. It was all black with the giant ass fins on the side,
Yeah,
and it
and
had the
it had
green Xbox
circle.
logo.
Yeah, the
With-
circle Xbox
Yep,
logo.
I had one.
With the Need for Speed.
Yeah. Yeah.
I played some like Lego Star Wars game on it. I can't remember which one.
Nerd.
That's the game I played
See,
the most.
my favorite was the PS2 with the Midnight Club
Yeah.
Dub Edition.
Yeah.
Dub edition.
That
Yes,
was
dude.
shit.
You could put some 22s on a Honda Accord and put air ride, or not even air ride. It was hydraulics.
Mhm.
If you guys look over there somewhere, I think in those games.
Is that
I
the
have-
Midnight Club?
I have-
That's
I
LA
have-
edition though, isn't it?
Yeah, but I have the Midnight Club LA edition, the Dub edition over there for the 360.
Yeah. I would
Um,
love for them to come out with another Midnight
like a
Club.
remaster.
Dude, I'd pay $200 for it and be okay with it.
I don't know if I'd pay $200.
Alright.
I'd pay 200. Dude, I would.
Some other things, Furbies were like a
Those were like they kind of looked like the
Gremlins.
Yeah,
They almost
look
like
Gremlins.
Gremlins.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
had
but they were
those
colorful.
too.
Yeah, that was Brittany. Brittany also said the Pledge of Allegiance. They don't say the Pledge of Allegiance in school anymore.
Yeah, that was
See,
wild to me. I remember in
I
kindergarten we had to
remember us
memorize
doing
it.
Yeah, but they don't do it. The kids don't do it anymore. They don't
But-
start their day out with the Pledge of Allegiance
That's
anymore.
weird.
So they have their morning announcements and then
I
what?
don't even know if they do in morning announcements.
See, I
Jesus.
know
Yeah.
in high school, I don't know if we did it at the high school,
Right.
but I know in Voc school we did.
We did it in high school too. I'm
And-
95% positive.
Yeah,
we
we
did.
every morning at 7:10.
Yep. You had your morning announcements.
Morning
They get on the
announcements.
TV, do the morning announcements, do the Pledge of Allegiance. We do everything. They go over the lunch menu. Like that's what it was.
Yep.
It's not the same anymore.
And then if tonight at 6:30, join us to watch the swim team compete, or
yeah. Yeah. CD players. Well, obviously, CDs were very prevalent in my era.
So were you around for the era? You might have been before it of the portable DVD players.
Yeah. No, we had them.
Okay.
Dude, you were a baller if you had one of those.
See, and I think that's the difference is because that was so normalized for my
No.
generation.
Like,
for
you were-
my generation.
You were, like for us, like you were a baller. Like if you had a portable DVD player.
Yeah, like
I
that
remember,
was-
I remember my cousin had one, and he's like 7 years younger. He's 7 years younger than me, so he's close to your guys' age. I think he's just turned 24 or 25 maybe. But yeah, I remember when he got one, and I was like 12 or 13. I was like, holy shit, like dude, this is fucking awesome.
Yeah, that was just such like a normal thing for
Yeah,
us.
it was not.
Because I think we got a lot of the same tech you guys had,
But
because
it was just normalized.
you guys got it new. We were getting it from like yard sales, or it
Yeah.
was the stuff our parents had in the attic.
Yeah.
and
Or
stuff
it was
like
it had
that.
been around for so long that it wasn't like
It was dirt cheap.
yeah.
Yeah, it was
Like
not.
a portable DVD player was like $20 or $30.
Yeah.
Nah, you were spending some cheddar
No.
on them when they first came out.
You could probably get one right now for like $10 on
Probably.
Amazon, which is
I
crazy.
think they still sell them at Walmart. I think I
Yeah.
seen them the other day.
Dude, I see them at Goodwill.
I'm not surprised.
You can get some
Um,
nice stuff at Goodwill. I ain't gonna lie.
With burning the CDs, dude, we used to have LimeWire. I know we talked about it a little bit last week.
yeah,
but
my Over the Hedge DVD.
dude, crashing the computer. Dude, you would get every virus possible just by doing that. And then you thought you were smart because you got a new program called FrostWire, like it was going to be any better. And then it would just crash the family computer as well.
Sorry about the little cutoff there. Sean's garage lost power. He blew a fuse.
Yeah, this old fuse. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, a little odd there.
Yeah,
Kinda threw us for a loop.
little odd. So we were talking about LimeWire and burning CDs and stuff like that,
Yeah.
and then FrostWire. You thought that you got a better program out of it. Definitely wasn't a better program.
New program, same virus.
Yeah, same viruses. The old McDonald's play place, dude, nostalgic.
Oh, yeah.
We still had the play place,
See, man,
and I think all the McDonald's got rid of them now. I think that there's a Chick-fil-A over off of Southport. I think that's like the only like fast food restaurant I can think of that has a play place anymore.
I think there's another one somewhere.
The
Or
old
the
Chuck E.
old
Cheese.
Chuck E. Cheese or the old Taco Bell interior.
So they still have a play place over at the one on Washington Street, East Washington,
They
in
do?
Shadeland.
I think-
Yeah, for McDonald's.
Does Great Time still have theirs?
Yes. Yeah.
I remember the first year I went there that I wasn't under 5 feet, and I was very upset I could no longer play in there.
Speaking of great times, what about the old lock-ins, buddy?
Oh yeah.
I think that stopped before I got to high school, but we had them like in middle
they were a
school
good
and stuff.
time.
What
They
about
were
the
a
old
good time.
church lock-in?
That's what I remember.
Yeah.
Was the
yeah.
church lock-ins.
Yeah.
Not,
I think
not the
we did
school.
one. I think in 6th grade, but that was like the only like school one I did.
I'm not
did
gonna
one,
lie.
too.
I vaguely remember a lock-in we had, and the dolphin enclosure at the zoo, but I'm not sure if that was an acid trip, a dream, or a real memory.
Hey, all I'm saying is the entire year of 2020 was basically a lock-in, so I
Yeah.
mean, close enough.
Pretty close. Got some TV shows on here. Are You Afraid of the Dark? Keenan and Kel. All that. Those are all the old good cartoons. Nickelodeon. I mean, you also
Yeah,
had like Ren
that's
and
all before my time.
You had Ren and Stimpy. You had Wild Thornberries,
Cat Dog.
Rocket Power, Cat Dog, Rocco's Modern Life. I did see a video here like last week where all those most of those cartoons are like turning 25 years old this year.
Jeez.
Yeah, if that makes you feel old or not. Back when it used to be Conseco, now Banker's Life, we used to have
No, remember we went over this the other day. It's not Banker's Life
it's
anymore.
Gainbridge.
Yes.
Gainbridge. The old Firebirds used to play there.
That's the team that Mikey played for, wasn't it?
I don't know. It was an arena football league though.
Because I remember Mikey saying that he played arena football for a little bit. Old Mike and Ike.
Dude, those motherfuckers would just go ham. Talking about, dude, motherfuckers getting just thrown over.
So the Canadian Football League is still like that. I've
Yeah.
seen some clips.
They were thrown over the barriers on the sides, dude, and like the goalposts were very skinny and stuff.
and the goalposts were in the end zone.
Yeah, dude, it was wild. If you ever get a chance, Sticks, look up the old Firebirds. I'm
Just
you
look
can
up
find it
arena football.
Yeah, I'm
in
sure you can
general.
find it on
arena
YouTube.
football, like hardest hits.
Yeah, I'm sure you can find it on YouTube. Blockbuster Family Video, the old Be Kind Rewind.
I remember the family video.
Yeah, I remember the old family video right there off of right by the high school. What is that road? It's not Meridian. It's 135.
Yeah.
135 and Meridian School
Yeah,
Road
I
right
don't know
there.
anything over here. I mean, we had one at 16th and Post, and there was another one at 10th and Emerson.
There was one in Shelbyville because we had a Blockbuster,
Uh-huh.
But you didn't go to the Blockbuster. You went to the Family Video because it was a little more affordable.
Yeah.
Well, the family
Buy
video,
one, get one for $1,
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like
shit
that.
like that.
well, the family video, they had deals. It was like movie night, like buy 2 movies at like one price and get like a free like the
Kids
bigger bags of
movie
pop
or-
or the
Yeah.
kids movie
Yeah.
or a bag of
Mhm.
popcorn or 2 things of candy. Like they always
Yeah.
had deals like that
With
on
the
the weekends.
gumball machine in there. I remember the gumball
Yeah.
machine.
Dude, the most stale gumballs in the
That-
world. You bit into
and
it, and they
the-
basically fell apart.
The big gummy alligator. I wanted that thing so goddamn bad. I
Dude,
wanted
that's
it
weird that
bad.
you say that. I wouldn't have thought of it, but as you say, it's
Mhm.
like it's clicking in my
Or
head.
they had the snakes, the long snakes.
Yeah,
I do remember.
I know
I
what you're
remember
talking
about.
those.
Yeah.
You could get them
Like
from.
the gummy snakes or whatever.
You get those
Mhm.
like as prizes from like Incredible Pizza or anything
Uh-huh.
like that.
Incredible Pizza. That's a good one. That's
That is a good one. That
nostalgic
just kind of I
That one
just
just
kind of
kinda
threw
came out.
that
What's
in there.
the-
Yeah, Rascals. I mean,
What's
right
the
down the
pizza
street.
place with the train?
with a train.
Pizza King,
Pizza King.
Pizza King.
which
yeah.
the
Yeah.
train only delivers your drinks. So
Still neat though.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
only that one location.
before Family
Hmm.
Video and Blockbuster. Old Tim Ball used to work at one that was called Video Update.
Nope.
Yeah, that's a good nostalgic one right there. I think I'm pretty sure he still got his old ID badge for it. Well,
That
Tim.
would be something he would hit. Tim.
See what we'd do
Oh,
is
Tim Ball.
we'd ride our bikes to the GameStop and buy the games that were scratched to shit for like $4.
Yeah,
And then we'd ride over to the Family Video
And
and
exchange
for
them.
$1 you could get them
Cleaned.
to clean.
yeah.
it.
Really?
Yeah.
Family Video
Mhm.
used to offer that. So when we had our own stuff at the house, so where we could clean our own discs and stuff like that, we had this whole system set up where you could clean disc, get all the deep scratches out, and all that stuff.
Speaking of cleaning disc, what about because you did touch on N64 blowing into the N64 cartridges, even though it clearly states do not blow
yeah,
into
you're
them.
not supposed to do that.
It worked though.
It worked
It did
every
work
time.
every
It
time.
never hurt anything. I don't know.
You guys used to get we used to get charged if the movies were not rewound. when
See,
you took
we
them back.
were. I think I can't really speak for Sticks, but at least my generation of like Family Video was only DVDs.
Yeah. I think they had a few VHSs, but
But at that point,
it was one little wall.
yeah,
of-
and like I had a VCR with
Mhm.
a bunch of VHS tapes, so I wasn't renting those.
Yeah.
DVDs were still new enough to where I was wanting to go out and rent a DVD to watch a movie.
Did you guys ever have the DARE program in school?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we had that, but did you guys ever have maybe like the sheriff or somebody come in and a McGruff, the crime fighting dog, come in too?
So we never had them come in, but we watched videos about it.
the old McGruff, dude. They would like somebody would dress up as McGruff and come to our school.
I
So
don't
we
cool
had
as
we had
shit.
Boomer come to our school.
We did have Boomer and the what is it? They're the basketball players.
Harlem Globetrotters.
Harlem Globetrotters.
Whoa, that was.
Say that again, Sticks.
Harlem Globetrotters.
Okay, that's better.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
never had them.
So when we would do like Dare Week or whatever, we would have it would be like McGruff. Somebody would come in as McGruff, dressed up as him, and then they would go over like don't do drugs, all that other crap.
I don't know if you're gonna remember this, Sean, but you probably will, Vaughn. When we did the Scuffy suckers, and they were the shape of a heart.
What I don't even know what that is.
Scuffy was like
I remember the Heart Suckers, but I'm not sure
It
I'm
was for-
following.
it was for Scuffy. You'd buy this. The sucker was the shape of a heart. I can't. It was something for donations. I'm
Uh-huh.
not sure what exactly Scuffy did, but they sold these. They were the best. I mean, they were the best suckers I've ever had in my life.
Really
In my life,
interesting.
and they were delicious. You'll know. You'll know if you know.
Even some of the clothing in the 90s was different. Dude, you had like people would wear the NASCAR jackets. FUBU was very big back then. The old Fat Farm, PHAT.
I
is
feel
how
like
it
I
was
do
spelled.
remember Fat Farm.
Had the big P on the side of your shoes or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
The
So-
Osiris's.
Dude,
I remember those.
Anything like to do with Rob Deerdeck and the Fantasy Factory is
Yeah.
real
Yeah.
big. So like I had a lot of
All the
DC
DCs.
shoes.
See,
I
we
did a
didn't
couple of Young and
have
Restless shirts, American Fighter shirts. Like
Yeah.
that was kind of my
The
generation.
tap
stuff.
out shirts.
Dude, I have
was
this
huge.
one, and I'm
Yes.
so upset it does not fit me anymore. It fit me
'Cause
up
you're
until
getting
like
fat.
no, it fit me up to like my freshman year of high school. But it was a tap out. It was white with gold lettering that said tap out, and I thought it was the coolest
was
shirt
black,
in the world.
And it was the silver tap out.
you guys are tools. I never owned anything that was tap out.
Well, I was fucking poor, so I wore what I had.
Those were the old like $5 Goodwill
Yeah.
specials, and you're like, your mom's like, okay, you can pick out 2 shirts, and that was one of the shirts you found. You're like, that is the coolest thing in the world.
Yeah.
I'm
That
gonna
wasn't
wear
even a
this every
Goodwill
day.
special for me. That was in the hand-me-down bag.
So that was kind of how like the NASCAR stuff was. Like people had like NASCAR jackets.
Those
or,
are
like,
coming back.
Yeah,
Those
so like
are
the stuff
coming
that
back.
you see
Expensive.
nowadays, it's making a comeback.
Yeah, like a NASCAR jacket right now, like a Dale Earnhardt, it's like $200.
Yeah,
It's like
and like
easy.
and they
Jesus
weren't
crazy.
they weren't leather. Like they were all just like that kind of like swishy material, or like that kind of like water resistant material.
Yeah, they're
stuff.
still like that. Yeah.
So that's what it was, and then FUBU was very big too. Check out the old FUBU. It was pretty big, as well.
FUBU.
Yeah, FUBU.
Sounds like a pocket pussy brand.
No, it's not a pocket pussy.
FUBU. They
I
still
got one
sell
for
it.
you.
Do they?
You can still buy FUBU right now.
Really?
Hmm.
That's awesome.
The old Light Bright.
Light Bright. That's a good
I
one.
remember that.
What was Light Bright?
So it was
It
where
had
you
the-
had the little pegs, and you
Mhm.
would like create pictures or
Yeah, you
whatever.
put
Yeah,
that
yeah,
black
yeah,
paper
yeah,
on,
yeah.
on the thing.
Yep. Some of the movies that I remember too, were like from my era, like or like that came out around my time was Toy Story.
Boys in the Hood.
Yeah, but like I'm talking about like kids movies. Richie Rich.
So I very loosely remember the TV show, but I did watch the movie.
The movie is really good. It's got Macaulay Culkin in it, and
Yeah.
it's got it's
Are
got
you
some
talking
other
about
people
the animated TV
No,
show?
I am
Okay,
not.
I
So this
don't
is-
know then.
So the Richie Rich is it's all real life. I mean, it's real life people. It's not animated at all. But it's obviously this kid's really rich, and then he's just trying to fit in with all the other kids that are just normal kids
Is
and
it
stuff like that.
What about the old-
Culkin?
Yeah, Macaulay
I
Culkin.
No,
vaguely
no.
feel like I've seen
Isn't
it.
that Blank Check? Where
No. No.
he is in Richie
No,
Rich.
it's
He
Richie
might be in
Rich.
Blank Check as well, where he gets that
Um,
blank check and he writes it for like $100 billion or something
Yeah.
stupid.
No, like his family is very wealthy and Richie Rich, and it's a great movie. It's a really good movie. Beethoven, Angels.
I
in the,
remember
That's a
watching
good one.
Beethoven.
Angels in the
Dude.
Outfield. Angels in the Outfield. That movie will make you cry. I don't care who you are.
Mhm.
It's a great
It's like
movie.
Green Mile.
Yeah, or like Hardball with Keanu Reeves in it. Sandlot, Space Jam.
Sandlot.
Dude, Space Jam. So my dad was a huge Jordan fan. I mean, I was telling you both the other day about all like the Jordan like cards and stuff that I now have. Well, I've had, but I finally am going through all of them. Dude, Jordan, everything. My mom was telling me that like when I was a kid, dude, I always had like all the newest Jordans. Like
Really?
when I was a toddler, like don't
Really?
even remember it.
That's
So
funny.
yeah, I was Jordan head to toe for a very long time.
Flubber was
That's a good one.
too.
I have that on
Yeah.
VHS.
a
That's
good
another
one.
VHS
I'll
one
say
I
this:
got.
The Sandlot. It's a
Overrated.
contender.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Overrated my
I'm
ass.
just kidding.
That,
Get the fuck out of my
I'm
garage
kidding.
Right now.
I'm
that's
kidding.
a very good contender for greatest movie
It is.
of all time.
It is. It's a good one, dude. You
I
just
don't
can't
know.
you just can't miss it. The best scene.
The Great
And-
Bambino.
You mean the Great Bambi?
Babe Ruth.
Nobody wants to talk about that wimpy deer. The best scene in that movie though is when they're getting ready to go play baseball on 4th of July.
Yes, that's what I was
and
going
Ray
to say.
Charles, America Beautiful or something like that is playing in the background.
Mhm.
Dude, best scene.
It's been a minute since I've seen that movie, so
Yeah.
I can't
think
really exact the
If
recall.
I could time travel, I'd probably go there
Yeah.
and just spend the rest of my life
Yeah,
there.
I don't disagree with you. And then I've got a couple more, and then I'm out. Wrestling, dude, it used to be so much different. You had the Attitude Era,
Dude, Hardy Boys.
Hardy Boys. You had
The Undertaker.
Taker.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. You had Stone Cold Steve Austin. You had Hulk Hogan. Ric Flair was wrestling back then. You had Randy Macho Man Savage. I mean, dude, I will say, if you guys have Netflix, watch the Steve McMahon thing on
Vince McMahon.
Vince McMahon, yeah. Vince McMahon thing on Netflix. It goes
It's a
back
really
in,
good documentary.
it goes back into a lot of the Attitude Era wrestling and stuff. I mean, it's really about Vince, but you get a very good glimpse of how things used to be. I mean, you had Bret Hart. I mean, you're just, dude, wrestling was just so different.
Well, and
back
that's
then.
Brock Lesnar was kind of on the back end of that too, a little bit.
He was kind of
wasn't
into
he?
the 2000s. You had like the Chris Benoit, Eddie Guerrero,
That's kind of when
um,
like Rey Mysterio was
Ray
around there.
Mysterio, John Cena came
The
out
Big
then.
Show.
Big Show. You had
The
Mark.
Great
Hey,
Khali.
it's the Big Show.
You had Mark Henry.
Oh, I forgot about Mark
Yeah.
Henry. What about Was it who was the dude?
CM Punk.
CM
That's
Punk,
one
that's
I
a good
forget
one.
about
That's
a lot.
Was it-
that's a little bit older.
Was
or
it the
not older, but-
Boogeyman?
Yeah, you had the Boogeyman.
Boogeyman.
eating worms and shit.
Yeah. Did he like rip the
Um,
mole off of some chick's face?
Don't forget about Mankind, which was also Mick Foley, who had
Yeah.
Socko. He had his little sock that he'd put in people's
Mhm.
mouths.
You know,
and shit.
honestly, I never really liked that. I thought it was a stupid gimmick. I mean, it's funny, but like,
I'll say that though. When I was growing up, my mom would tell me, she'd be like, "You know that wrestling's not real," and I'd get pissed.
Oh, dude, it would, but
it was
but
real.
It
to
looks
me.
so good then, though. Like
Mhm.
now,
But
you,
I
you
think
can-
that's what it was the times changing. You can easily realize now that it's fake.
well, and even then now, like nowadays, it's just not the same. Like it's so different.
I mean, how many times has
Um,
John Cena come out of retirement? Like,
Well, and like back then too, like dude, they had like bra and panty matches. They had
SmackDown versus Raw.
Yeah,
that was a good dude. I remember
Table,
playing
ladders, and
SmackDown
chairs.
versus Raw, the video game
Yeah.
on my Game Boy.
I had it too.
Dude, I used to whoop the shit out of some people
I
on
had it
SmackDown
on the
versus Raw.
Xbox, and like, well, they're doing a Royal Rumble here in Indy.
February.
Yeah,
We might have to get tickets and go.
dude, it's
Good luck.
thousands of dollars.
luck.
I looked at them, and like the cheapest tickets were like $400.
Yeah, my
Using
my uncle was trying to get
nosebleeds?
tickets back in like September, and they were still a couple thousand then.
Yeah.
Like, if you really want to go, your best bet is to try and find someone scalping them and get them for cheap. But even then, good luck.
Yeah, they're expensive as fuck.
I'll just stand outside and listen.
Right.
So that's what a lot of
Um,
people did for the Taylor Swift concert. Actually,
And then
they just wanted to be around it.
That's kind of smart.
Well, I mean, that's
I
what a lot
mean-
of people did for the Super Bowl too. I mean, when we had the
Honestly,
Super Bowl here.
My mom was in jail during the Super Bowl.
Ouch. R.I.P. to mom.
She's not dead.
R.I.P. to her freedom.
So I'll do a quick little story real quick. So basically, we lived in an apartment complex. I won't say the exact name, but it had just got done snowing. It had iced on like our walkway from like the building to like the parking lot, and I
Mhm.
slipped and fell. Me being, I mean, however old I was when the Colts won the Super Bowl,
2007.
so I was 5.
Because me and Brandon
No,
just
I
went
was,
over
I
that
was
today.
I was technically 6 because it was after June. I fell straight up, busted my lip, like fell face first, slipped, busted my lip. I think I may have knocked a tooth loose. I'm not really sure.
Mhm.
And she immediately went to the office building and was just raising hell with the workers there, or worker. I wasn't in there, so I'm not sure. And the apartment complex security showed up,
Oh,
and he
shit.
was like I'm gonna arrest you, blah blah. And she's like, you're not doing shit, like you have no power, blah blah blah. Well, he apparently called IMPD, and
they came and arrested her.
and they came and handcuffed her and took
Oh,
her to
shit.
Marion County for the night.
So then where'd you go?
Oh, my grandpa came and picked me
Okay,
up, and because he was hosting the Super Bowl party.
I was gonna say you could have easily went to the old DCS or.
No. So that's what made it even
Department of-
worse.
yeah, the Department
So
of Child
so
Services.
the apartment security guy was threatening to take me to CPS. So yeah, that didn't really
Yeah.
that didn't
Yeah.
calm her down at all.
No, I
No.
guarantee it.
No.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go through some songs that were like top songs, and then Vaughn, you can get into it.
Alrighty.
And this was like early 2000s, I think. Late 90s. "I'm Like a Bird" by Nelly Furtado. You guys ever heard that song?
I don't think so.
I'm like a bird.
Oh yeah. I wanna
Yeah.
get away.
Yep. "It Wasn't Me" by Shaggy.
It
Desiree
wasn't-
put
remember
that
that
on the
one.
old
She got me banging on the gun.
on her old stereo like that she had. "Don't Speak" by No Doubt. That was when Gwen Stefani was old No Doubt. I don't know if you guys knew that or not.
Gwen
yeah.
Stefani used to go by No Doubt.
No, Gwen Stefani was in a group called No Doubt.
Yeah, still
No
for
idea.
my time.
Here Without
I know
You.
Gwen Stefani's being married to Blake Shelton.
Yeah. "Here Without You" by Three Doors Down.
I listen to that song and my dad's old square body Chevy.
Yep. "Stacy's Mom."
Stacy's mom.
I was never a huge
has
fan of that
got it
song.
going. I got 2
This is
tickets
kind of-
to Iron Maiden, baby.
Yeah, I don't know about all that, but okay.
That's
I
another
mean, I
good
know that song,
Yeah.
but here's another banger. "I'll Be Missing You" by old Puff Daddy. Old P.
Nope.
Diddy.
Yo.
"Ocean Avenue" by Yellow Card.
Dude, that's a good one.
So you know what's funny is I used to go to this camp in the summertime at our high school at Warren Township,
Mhm.
Warren Central High School, and we did like so I was on like the video production team for like our announcements and stuff.
Of course you were, nerd.
in elementary school. And
so you didn't really do anything.
no, I did stuff like I helped do all like the programming and like all the like slides and stuff like that.
Oh, I got you.
And do like the videotaping because we had like little handheld like camcorders and stuff. But we made a music video. Like we dubbed our own music video to that song.
Really?
And I've got another one in there too. I've got the VHS. That's that VHS I was trying to say. We'll have to get a V.
Oh, that's the one you were trying to pull out the other
VCR.
day?
We'll have to get a VCR.
I got a VCR.
So we need to bring it over sometime and watch it. But I've got another one that's it's 1-2 Step by Sierra. We made a music video to that too.
So
I
we
did it a
never
couple
did
years in a
anything like
row.
that, but I remember our teachers in 6th grade did it was a parody of Ice Ice Baby,
Oh yeah.
but it was Ice Step Baby.
Oh god.
I
We're
remember
taking
that.
Ice Step Baby.
Oh my
Doo, 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 doo,
Lord,
doo, doo.
I hated
Kids
that.
do not have to take Ice Step anymore, I don't
No,
think. It's called something else.
It's called what's it called?
It's to better prepare them for college.
I know what it's called because they do it. It's
Yeah, 'cause your kids literally do it every year.
I remember
I can't think of what it's
that-
called.
Where were you on 9/11?
3rd grade.
Not alive.
I was in my daddy's ball sack.
Yup.
Since You've Been Gone by Kelly Clarkson. That's number 8.
That's a good one.
Number 9, Picture featuring Sheryl Crow and Kid Rock. Get Down B4-4. I don't know what that is. I probably know.
Is
it if
that
I
Get
heard-
Down on it?
No,
Get
that's by
Down.
Kool and the Gang.
Get
oh,
low.
yeah, you're right.
Get
low, get low, get low.
Number
get low.
11 was Smooth.
Criminal?
Nope, Smooth by Santana featuring Rob Thomas. That's a good
Yeah,
one.
that's a
and
good
then
song.
Beautiful by Christina Aguilera to round it out.
Is that a You're Beautiful?
No, that is that would be I know who that is. I can't think of his name.
Oh, yeah, that is a guy. You're right. Yeah.
You're Beautiful.
Well, while you're
James
finding,
Blunt.
yeah, so one hit wonder.
Yep. So that's that's to kind of round out my nostalgic list.
Yeah,
there,
so
guys.
ours kind of is in the same-ish order, but I'll just kind of quickly run through some things because we kind of talked about a little bit all of it. But you did say about the McDonald's Play Place.
yeah,
What about the OG Ronald McDonald characters?
the
Like
old,
the
Grimace.
OG. Well, my big one was the OG Hamburglar
The
because I don't
Hamburglar.
think they have the
So-
Hamburglar anymore.
We dressed up as those characters one year for Halloween, and I was
Really?
the
Were you the bird, the pink or
no,
yellow? What?
what
There's
was the-
Grimace,
I was
the
the
Ham-
Hamburglar. That's who I was.
And then
My-
there's the Ronald McDonald, the Hamburglar, Grimace, and there's like a girl too, I think.
yeah.
I'm about to look him up right now.
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
My mom was the girl. I can't remember what my stepdad was.
probably Grimace. Maybe
No,
Ronald
my
McDonald.
brother was Grimace.
So then he was probably Ronald McDonald then.
So you
I don't think
had
so.
you had Ronald McDonald, Officer Big Mac,
Officer Big Mac.
That's who he was.
Oh, I forgot about him.
Birdie the Early Bird,
That was the bird I was thinking of. Yeah.
Hamburglar, Mac Tonight, Mayor McCheese.
Oh my God, Mayor McCheese.
He might have been Mayor McCheese.
Dude.
I
Oh, so
remember
hold
him
on, here we
having
go,
a
here we go.
hamburger costume.
Actually, there was a lot more. So there was Grimace,
There was like
Uncle.
There's like a big 6 or something. They were like the 6 important
Uncle O
ones.
Grimacy, Mayor McCheese, Birdie the Early Bird, Ronald McDonald, Officer Big Mac.
Which would it was the ones I'm thinking of are the like. I
You're
think
thinking
there's-
of like Grimace, Ronald McDonald.
Yeah,
Officer
because there
Big
was
Mac,
like
Birdie.
collectible cups you could get,
Yeah.
and there was only like 6 characters
Speaking
or something.
of cups, do you remember the Shrek cups?
I still have. There's one at my mom's house right now.
We used to have all of them, and I don't know what happened. to
I had
them.
Shrek and I had Puss in Boots. Those were the only 2 I had.
We had
Or no,
every single one.
I think I had the donkey,
You guys
not
talk
Puss
about
in
that.
Boots.
We used to have all the character plates back in the day, like Disney. Like you would have like Pocahontas.
I
or,
have a
like,
Rugrats one and a Scooby Doo one. Those are the only 2 I
there's
got.
all kinds of them.
That's another good TV show, Rugrats.
Yeah, Rugrats is a good one too.
What was the guy's?
That's Donnie off of Wild Thornberries.
No,
yes.
Are you
Yes.
sure?
Yes, 100%. That's
Alright.
the brother Donnie off of Wild
Yeah,
Thornberries.
he's like batshit crazy.
yeah, nuts.
Always in a diaper.
Yes.
Oh,
That's
okay.
Wild
I thought that
Thornberries.
was Rugrat. I mean,
Yeah.
again, my childhood, so a lot of things mixed together.
Wild Thornberries.
Getting into school here, putting the folders up to hide your quiz.
Dude, that was the flex right there because you didn't want nobody to see your test answers.
Well, so we did it because our teachers like told us to.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we did it too. You know, they would be like, "Oh, take a couple folders out and you'd put them up." And
Yeah.
That's how you knew if a kid's parents had money.
yeah.
Oh,
If
the
you
folders,
had
dude. The
different
trapper
folders or
keeper.
Plastic
the trapper
5-star
keeper.
folder, you were rich.
And
Yeah.
you also, but the thing is with those is you couldn't make those into the things to hide your
No,
test.
you would have to get the cheap like
The
Walmart
paper
ones.
ones.
No, they
Mhm.
weren't even the Walmart ones. Or you'd have to get like the ones that had like designs and stuff on them, because the 5-star ones, they would fold too much.
Yeah.
So you couldn't open them up. But like the
You
cheap
could only
ones,
open them to like a 30-degree angle.
yeah, the cheap ones you could open up to true 90-degree angles.
Mhm.
And then if you were good enough with it, you would make almost like a very obtuse angle to get the front,
Mhm.
and then you would just cover your whole desk
Yep.
with it.
See, some teachers had like the thing, like it was a big cutout piece.
I know what you're
already.
talking
Yeah,
about.
almost
yeah.
like a trifold. Like
So we
poster
had
board or
those.
something.
We had to
Kinda.
use those when we took iStep.
Mhm.
I do remember those.
Do you remember getting the mint with iStep, the mint or the piece of gum?
Yeah, we always got a piece of gum,
What?
and our teacher said it helped us focus
Yeah.
on our test.
Mhm.
Interesting.
They
Yeah,
tell you to
you-
chew gum while you study.
And then you chew the same gum, and it helps you remember it.
We
Complete lie,
would.
because I never passed. I passed it, but you have to pass ISEP to graduate. But
we would just get the old snacks, boys. After
we never
were
got
done.
snacks. So we got to do like we had a 5-minute break after each section when I took
Mhm.
my SATs. Talking about got an 1100 on my SATs. I ain't that stupid.
I did
I'll-
really good on my
I don't even know what I
I-
did on my SATs, because it was right after my mom died, so I really didn't care, because I knew
Yeesh.
I wasn't going to go
Yeah,
to college.
that's fair. Yeah, that's back when I was still on the college train. Then I took one semester, and I was like, I'm just gonna get a job.
Yeah.
Now
gonna
you
get a
wish you
job.
would have stayed in college, don't you?
Sometimes, but then I get that paycheck, and I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
I get this much money, and I don't have to pay student loans.
Right. I don't have any student loan debt.
I mean, I have lots of other debt,
Yeah, no kidding.
but I don't have student loans on top of it.
No joke.
Yeah, that is the thing. You always find something else to fill that debt.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
What else
Yeah.
you got over there,
Uh,
Bonnie?
The parachute.
Oh, in gym class?
Mhm.
Yeah, that was fun.
And the little scooters that you'd smash your thumb
So it's
in.
funny
Oh,
that
yeah.
you guys say
We
that.
were talking about this the other day.
It's funny that you guys say that though too, because like that was more like my childhood era. But then it's awesome, like you said, it's awesome to see that it kind of kept going on to your guys'
Yeah,
like childhood.
I don't
too.
think that your kids have anything to do
No,
with the scooters.
I don't. Yeah, they
I
probably
think
don't.
maybe like when I was graduating, the freshmen were like the last ones to kind of be in that
Right.
kind of era of it.
Because I remember
You know, you're actually supposed to put your hands on the inside of.
Yeah,
the
we were
things.
talking about that.
Yeah.
No, you grip that thing and you just run into things.
that's the thing, though. Some of them didn't have handles on them.
Yeah.
It was just a square piece of plastic with 4 wheels on the
So
bottom.
we had like you know, like the color of like the cafeteria seats. So we had ones like that were just
Yeah.
a square.
Uh-huh.
And then at some point in elementary school, we upgraded to the colorful ones that had the handles on them, or the finger protectors. I guess
Yeah.
they weren't really handles.
Do you remember the Just Dance? They'd wheel out the TV, and it was that
Dude,
mat
yes,
that they would lay down. It was like
Yes.
crinkly.
yes, and it would slide everywhere.
yeah.
It never worked.
Speaking about rolling out the old TV, what about, I don't know if they still had it with you guys, but when the old teacher would roll in the old cart with the TV on
Oh,
it,
yeah.
movie day.
So we
Your
didn't
teacher
have,
was definitely fucked up the night before, a little hungover.
So
the
we didn't
next
have the
day.
carts at Douglas MacArthur. That's where I went to elementary school at. Every room had a TV, like a box TV.
So that
the
was
same ones on the carts, but it was mounted in the corner on the ceiling because we watched the morning announcements.
That was like probably for me like 3rd, 4th grade, because everything before that they'd have to roll the TV in. Like the morning announcements used to just be over the PA system.
No, we had them on the TV.
But yeah, then it was like 3rd or 4th grade is when they finally put the TVs up in the corners of the rooms, and that's how you would do the announcements and stuff
See,
like
we
that.
went straight from the roll-in TVs to the
Smart boards?
projectors.
Oh,
Projector-
not
the
even
projector
projectors.
screens.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Do you remember? It was before the projector, but they'd wheel it in. It was like a wheel
And you- and you- and
It was
you
a
projector.
smart
wrote
board.
on it,
It was
you-
a smart board.
No, I know
No,
what you're talking
It
about,
would,
but not
you'd
that.
have your piece of paper and you'd lay it down.
And then you wrote on it, and
Yeah,
it
and-
magnified
Oh,
upwards,
it
and then
was a,
reversed it and
It was literally
Yeah.
a projector. That's what they called it. That's what.
It's called a projector. It's just
yeah.
a different type of
And
projector.
you would literally, you'd have a transparent like sheet of whatever,
And you would
would
write
lay it
on
down
it.
there, and then
You'd
the
write
teacher
on
would
the
do it
marker.
on
Light
the-
up from the bottom.
Yeah, and then it would cast into like a mirror that would go onto the projector screen itself, and then
Mhm.
you would. That's how you guys would do.
So
work and
I
stuff, yeah.
remember
Dude, we had some old ones.
when
old
we
ones.
so we had I think it was in 4th grade, Mr. Stallhut's class. I love that man. I think he passed away,
R.I.P.
but God, one of my favorite teachers of all time. Dude, he honestly he made learning fun, like straight up.
Yeah, there's some teachers.
Every
like that.
Friday we used to do a crossword, so that was cool. But every spelling test,
Sounds like he's 40 years old or something, doesn't he, Sticks?
Yeah.
it was a kid's crossword, so it was really
okay.
easy. But every spelling test for anyone who got 100,
Got a piece of candy.
no, but close. So you got to clean the projector after we got done using it,
Uh-huh.
and then there'd be I don't know like a 5-minute time while you were cleaning it, you got to bring in like a little like a snack. So like whenever I'd bring in like a little cosmic brownie, eat a cosmic brownie while I'm cleaning off the projector.
Thought you were the coolest kid in the class.
Swear, dude, I had all the bitches.
I had a teacher. I think his name was Mr. Lockman, I believe, and this man played so many instruments, and he passed a few years back. But he played like the fiddle,
Damn.
the violin, guitar. I mean,
Just a jack of all
about-
trades.
Yes, and he would come in and sing and play all that, and then we'd also have story time. And I don't quite remember the story, but it was called like Scaly Bones or something like that.
Hmm.
I wish I could remember it, but
really takes you back.
yeah. And he taught us all how to play the spoons. I don't know how much
That's
money
some
this
Hickville
man
stuff.
spent on spoons, but he brought in spoons for everybody,
learn how
metal
to play 'em.
spoons to learn how to play spoons.
That's dope.
And then when our gym teacher, they were phasing out dodgeball when I was in grade school. That was
We
when they
still
were
had
like,
dodgeball through grade school, even in middle school.
It was a weird thing with us. Like they allowed it, but then they didn't allow it.
We had to use the
sometimes.
softballs. We couldn't use the hard ones.
So we went from the hard rubber ones and
We
then
never had
to
the
the
hard rubber ones.
soft ones.
Yeah.
soft ones,
and-
dude. You couldn't whip them the same.
No, and then that's when they
Except
were,
when they got the brand new balls, because you'd get the ones that were old
And they were
had
the
the-
stuff was like peeling
yeah,
off of
and,
them.
and like the film on it was like starting to
Mhm.
fall away and stuff, and then they'd get some new ones, and boy, you could whip them new
Oh,
ones
yeah.
until
'Cause you could
just
actually grab
and
them.
you
Mhm.
just fucking launch
See,
them.
But we had a girl. I think she had braces, and she got hit in the face, and it busted her mouth
Mouth up.
all up.
Yeesh.
So they banned it. But that's when our gym teacher, what a lady! I think her name was Miss Boyd. What a woman! She said, "Okay, no more dodgeball. Now we're gonna play something called Battlestar Galactica," and that was even more dangerous than dodgeball because she introduced frisbees,
Oh,
plastic
God.
frisbees. the
So it was
foam-
really like playing Battlestar Galactica,
Dude,
but
the
in a
foam
gym class.
dodgeballs and these little like it looked like a Rubik's cube, but it was rubber,
Uh-huh.
and you could huck that damn thing.
Dude, she didn't give it.
She did
F
not
word.
care, but
She
she
didn't
put
give a
up
damn
those.
about it.
Yeah, there's
she
a better
put up
choice.
those gym mats.
Uh-huh.
She'd put them up as like barriers, and you.
Oh, dude, you
the
just peek
goal
across and
was
just
to-
whip one.
You had to knock all the barriers down and then get everyone out, and that's how you won.
Huh.
But that was her thing, though. Was she was like, if you're too scared to play, hide behind the barrier or don't play.
Right.
But
So she gave you that
Yeah.
option almost.
Yeah, so that's how she could get around it.
Yeah.
She's giving it the kid's choice.
I caught a frisbee in the face a couple times.
Ouch.
Yeah, I bet
seems
that
like
one-
that would hurt.
Well, see, with the frisbees too, they kind of like can hide in your line of sight, so you might not see it till it's right in
Mhm.
front of you.
Until the last minute, and
Yeah.
then you're screwed.
Yeah,
You're
then it's
like,
just right in the
boom,
mouth.
right in the face.
So building on to that, the elementary school holiday parties, dude.
Oh,
I know we
yes.
talked about the
did.
Valentines a little bit.
Where you'd make your
Mhm.
own Valentine's
And
Day
you
bag.
make a secret one for your
Yeah.
for your
Mhm.
crush, or the passing notes. Will you be my girlfriend? Check yes or no.
That's what we were talking about. So we were talking about the other day. When you had the day off, we were talking on our way to work, and we used to pass notes all the way up till damn near like middle school.
We passed
people-
notes
'cause
up
people didn't
until
have-
basically high school because that's when
Yeah.
everyone kind of had a
You
cell
remember when
phone.
would you guys ever like keep your like a shoebox and then put all your notes in them?
Nah, I
No.
threw them away.
Did you?
I just
I'd keep
immediately.
them. Like, 'cause you'd have your little girlfriend at school or whatever, and you keep all the notes from her and everything.
No, I just
Like,
threw them
dude,
away.
Like
No.
these, like back in the day, dude, we were writing like full page essays on notes and stuff. Talking about Sarah kissed Jimmy on the cheek. Blah, blah. Like, dude, there was so much gossip going on back then.
Dude, who remembers your first hug?
I don't know if I remember my first
Don't remember the
hug.
first
I don't
hug, but I
remember my
remember,
first
like,
hug,
like,
but,
dude,
that feeling.
first kiss.
Dude, the first girl you held hands with
Oh,
at
yeah.
recess.
I thought you were gonna go somewhere else with that.
Yeah,
before
no, we talked about that before. We can't go that
So
far.
like, I remember the
If
first
you
time
know,
I
you
gave,
know.
Yeah, I gave a girl a kiss at like my babysitter's when I was like 5 years old. But then like, so we were talking about it too the other day. Like, remember the first time you were on the bus, like on the field trip, and you're sitting like next to the girl that you liked or whatever, and like you just kind of put your hand on her knee or whatever, dude, and you kind of like, ooh, you just got
So
that
they didn't even
sensation.
allow that. We had like on one side of the bus, all boys. The other side of the bus, all girls.
What kind of?
Yeah, your school sucked.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
you
sucks.
sat next to another. I remember in like third or fourth, it was fifth grade actually. On the way back from the pumpkin patch, I fell asleep and my pumpkin fell on the floor of the bus and busted.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I fell asleep and it just rolled off my lap. I remember that one.
Yeah,
That
no,
was-
we were
that
allowed
was
to sit wherever we
embarrassing.
want to next to whoever. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
but you slide your hand on the old girl's knee, and you're just like,
Oh,
ooh.
So this kind of advances time a little bit, but
Hold on,
I,
before you do that, this was still grade school. Do you remember the Kahoot?
no, dude, Kahoot was like in high school. Dude, you used to make some obnoxious names, and we got Kahoot banned
Or
for
not.
a little bit.
It wasn't Kahoot. It was fuck. It was the one. It was you'd read and you'd get the money, the paper money, every time you finished a book.
So when we
Man,
We
I
just
still
had to
remember the
read.
name
We-
of it.
We read with
But
no
we could
like
take
reward.
that money and get actual like stuff with it, like a Coke or
Nope.
a Nerd Drop. I wish I could remember the
So
name
we
of
used to
that.
do that same kind of thing. It was called like a book it or something like that. And whenever you read so many books, you used to be able to take your little thing to Pizza Hut and get a little personal pan pizza.
Nope, we never had that.
Pretty cool.
All right, so advancing time now. I know Styx knows about this. Making your Xbox 360 avatar burp when you're creating them, dude. That's a good one.
Mhm.
No clue.
I'll just rattle off a few games here. Tony Hawk's Underground 2.
Good game.
Preferably 2. That was the good one.
Mhm.
And then Skate 2 and 3. SSX, which is the snowboarding game. I don't think
That's
either
a
of you.
great game.
Okay, so you
It's a
did
great
know.
game.
I
Okay.
didn't have that one.
The Game Boy Advance. Basically any game. That I had the Game Boy Advance for years. I still have it. I play it every now and again. Great games on there. Basically any game that was made for the DS. The Nintendo DS.
See, I didn't have Nintendo DS. My cousin did. This
Dude,
is kinda like
Nintendogs.
Pass my time a little bit.
Sorry, I kind of blew into the mic there. And then kind of like getting into the having a cell phone. You had like Flappy Bird, Temple Run, Subway Surfers, Jetpack Joyride.
So Temple Run was big with us. Temple Run was a big game with like my age group, like when we were in like middle school and stuff like that. It was.
Yeah, that timeline.
It came
adds
out. It
up.
came out on the like the old iPods first.
It was
Yeah,
basically
iPods or
whenever
whatever.
there was like an iPhone that had a touchscreen.
Yeah.
And then, like I was saying last week, my first actual cell phone that I could do things on besides call my mom was the old Sidekick.
Dude, baller if you had a Sidekick.
Yeah. So,
The old
but
T-Mobile, the old T-Mobile Sidekick.
yeah, but like I
Yeah.
said, it was a hand-me-down Sidekick that didn't have the back case on it, so like the battery would just fall out sometimes. And then I know Styx knows what this is, and I mentioned it to you. You have no clue what it is, but Kick.
Oh
Dude,
my god!
You could see some
Yeah,
things.
no
You could
clue.
you could send and receive some things on Kick.
That was
If you
so-
know, you know.
That was the original. Like you had a
like
girlfriend.
Snapchat type
Kick.
thing.
No, Kick was kind of like how AIM was
Okay.
for you guys.
Okay.
But you could have your private messages with somebody, and could you? I think you could lock your messages
Yeah.
on that.
No, and if you deleted them, you couldn't
Mhm.
find them.
Yeah,
They're
that
gone.
that was the you had Kick for when you were sending the old
Sending the old risque pictures.
Or
and you didn't want your parents
The
to
old,
find out.
the old pre-Blue Chew pictures.
well, and that's
Yeah.
and I told him that's how I got caught by my mom for smoking weed. That was the first time she ever caught me for smoke. Well, only time she ever caught me smoking weed. My buddy he had got some, or I got some, or whatever, And he was like, "Hey, don't forget to bring a lighter." And my mom was like, "Why do you need a lighter? What do you need a lighter for?" And I was like, "Fireworks." She's like, "I'm not stupid. I used to smoke weed in high school. Like, you think I'm stupid? Do I got idiot written across my
Should have
forehead?"
told her you were having a
Absolutely.
bonfire.
Well, you see, I was like 14, dude. I wasn't very bright.
Speaking on the term of smoking weed, I remember when I first started smoking weed, like when I was a kid. No, like not like a kid, but
8
like,
years old?
No, like in younger though.
Younger than 8?
No, not
I'm just
that, but
messing
like
with
like
you.
a teenager or whatever. Like the first time I had ever smoked, smoking out of an apple, smoking out of a can,
Dude,
smoking
the
out
old
of a
soda can. That was
bottle. Like you take a bottle and put tinfoil on it, and then poke holes in the tinfoil.
not even making a gravity. Just
No,
just
just
straight
a
up making a pipe out
yeah,
of it.
and then like, dude, so bad for the old lungs. Smoking the old brick dirt weed, dude, that had 400 seeds in it, and it was terrible.
If you found,
It was basically all stems and
Yeah,
seeds.
yeah.
Yeah.
if you
And you paid
found
$20 for a
a water
gram.
bottle, some duct tape, one socket, and a pencil, you got excited. You got excited because you were
One
like,
socket.
yeah, suck, and you'd make the water bottle bong.
Oh.
See, we
Dude,
never
you were-
got
I
that
was-
high tech into it. Like
Oh
you're
yeah,
you were either just smoking out of an apple or you were smoking out of that. I remember the first time I ever bought a bong. We were like, where were we gonna keep this at? Like whose house were we gonna keep it at?
I remember I don't remember who bought it. Maybe I bought it, but we bought a pipe and we hid it in my garage.
So
In one of
first pipe that we ever bought, first bong, it was a water bong. Well, water
pipe.
Water pipe.
Yeah.
Can't say
Not
bong.
a yeah.
The first water pipe that we ever bought was from the old Nirvana in the mall. Spent $60 on like a little 2-foot water pipe, dude. Got gypped, but
Yeah, you
it
can
was-
buy one for like $10.
Yeah,
right now.
but it was like that, and it legitimately, like, we were trying to figure out whose house to put it at.
So we hid the pipe. So you know how like in an unfinished garage
Yeah,
they have your studs and everything, you can see them.
Uh-huh.
Well, we had one wall that was finished, and oddly enough, it wasn't the house wall. It was the wall that faced the outside.
yeah,
But that was the only one finished. But in the corner, you could reach your hand around and stick it under like on the studs.
yeah.
Well, there's a cross one that went to an
cross member.
yeah, that went to an outlet.
Mm-hmm.
Set it right there.
That's smart.
see,
Yeah.
me and my brother, he still had the old That's why I kind of asked about the boom boxes, because that's what he had. He had one of those massive boom boxes that had the back where he'd put all the C batteries. So we took his pipe that he got and we'd wrap it up
And put it
in
back there.
sandwich bags and put it back there and put the back cover on,
That's smart too.
because you'd plug it in and it worked just fine.
Because it was in
Right.
sandwich bags.
Right.
It wasn't
You
going to
know.
conduct.
Well,
to
it was
the,
in the battery compartment, but it still had your wall plug in, so you could still play music in all of that.
Oh.
Yeah. And then he got, just kind of a funny story, I think his first bong was a silicone ball.
Water pipe.
Or, I don't give a fuck.
You can say
I don't
bong. You
care.
just can't sell bongs. You
Right.
sell water pipes.
Right.
But it was the silicone one, and it was Mario. It was Mario and Luigi. And he left it outside somewhere to hide it. I can't remember where we hid it outside.
Dude, that thing probably got
But this
moldy.
was when we lived in the country. No, our pit bull found it and tore it up all through the yard. There was these little rubber chunks all through the yard, and my
Mom's like,
stepdad and my mom could not figure out what it was.
Like, I don't know. I have
Well,
no
because
idea.
you
what it
can't,
is.
dude. When you're going to piece something together, that's
Mhm.
not your first thought.
It was just these random pieces everywhere, and they were like, "What is this?" Like, we never bought her a toy that looked like
No clue.
this. Or
Somebody must have threw something out in the yard.
I think I told my mom I'd bought her a toy from Walmart or something.
Oh my god.
and they never
I don't-
even knew.
No, I can't remember if we've told them about that.
Yeah, there's some stories that I still haven't told my dad. I may tell him one day, but I mean, I could probably tell him now, and he wouldn't be upset. But
I'm still waiting a while before I start telling my mom some things.
yeah,
Yeah, I did some things that I'm not
Yeah.
very proud
There's
of.
a few stories that I could probably tell Tim Ball, and he'd just be like, "What?" Like, there. Remind me to tell you guys a story after we get off this of snow. Just say snow. Just say snow, and I'll tell you the story. I
yeah.
can't. Tim Ball still to this day does not know.
I think I'm understanding.
But anywho, go on.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Well,
Ball.
so this is my next one before I get into music. I got a couple good songs on here, but just a VCR in general. I know we talked about it earlier, but Probably my two biggest movies that I watched was Small Soldiers,
That's a
which
good one.
great movie.
I introduced that movie
great
to the kids this past
Dude, it's on
summer.
Amazon Prime right
Yeah,
now. If you haven't ever watched it or haven't watched it in a while, go give it a watch. It is a great movie.
Yeah.
Absolutely love it. Always wanted my little G.I. Joes and stuff to come to life so badly.
Wild, dude.
Except for when they stab you.
Yeah.
Or shoot you with a crossbow. That does happen. Yeah, don't want that happening. And then the other one, I know I talked about this with you, Sean, that Power Rangers movie. And dude, I swear to you, and I will die on this hill, they fought a giant penguin.
I have no idea what you're talking about because the only Power Rangers movie that I know is when they were when they're like going to the mountains or whatever, and they're fighting the purple guy, like the purple.
No, it's a giant
Goblin
penguin,
or
dude.
whatever.
I'm gonna find it somewhere at my house. I'm gonna dig that movie out. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna send you the clip of them
Okay.
fighting the giant penguin.
I believe
I
you.
don't
I mean,
remember their movies. I remember the TV show.
see,
I never really
remember-
watched the TV shows
I
because I watched
watched
that movie
clips
so
of it.
much.
I didn't watch the TV show either. We had the movie, and the one movie that I remember is like the purple ooze guy or whatever. He had like this purple ooze, and they were fighting him or something like that. But
Ooze, whoa.
yeah, it was wild.
Well, I'll just get into some music real quick. And like you had talked about before about like music that this wasn't even from your generation, it was from before, but
Some
just
of it was
stuff
from
that
mine.
my music that I'm about
Some
to
of it
list.
was from mine.
Oh yeah, but
Some of it came out in the 90s, but
it was stuff that I just grew up listening to
Yeah.
so much. But It Was a Good Day by Ice Cube.
it's a good one.
7-Eleven. Living It Up, Ja Rule.
Do I do?
What's Love by Fat Joe.
Got to do.
my
Got to
No,
do
different
with
song.
it.
Different song.
Was that the Baby Don't Hurt Me?
No.
No,
What was that song?
dude, now you got that one stuck in my head. Oh, what's love got to do?
That's what I'm
No,
saying.
you were singing a different song. I promise you.
It was the same song, but okay.
No Diggity.
No doubt.
Blackstreet, sorry. It is in fact Blackstreet. I double checked and triple checked before I wrote
It is
that down.
Blackstreet. I have
Yeah.
I have it's on my music right now.
Yeah. Killing Me Softly by the Fugees.
Killing me softly.
So for the longest time, I actually didn't know the specific lyrics,
Mhm.
and then it was like about last year to the day. I was just kind of singing the wrong lyrics, and Caitlin was like, "You know that's not right." And I was like, "I know, but I can't figure out what the song's called."
Right.
And she found the song. Dude, I probably listened to that song on repeat for like a month straight.
The old Fugees.
Paper Planes by MIA.
So that
Oh
was
my
big when I was in
gosh.
middle school.
All I wanna
huge.
do is
And
take your money. Jordan Belfort by Wes
Yes.
Walker, Wes Walker, not the wide receiver for the Patriots.
Best thing about that song, my kids know that song right now. They love it.
And
dude.
that's because of you,
They love it.
dude. Thank you for that, Caitlin. Just calling me in the middle of the podcast. No Hands by Waka Flocka.
So that was a big
Ooh.
one in high school for me. Huge one in high school. Huge. Like it was,
That was a big one for me in high school too.
dude, it was a big song. But
And
see,
that-
I was out of high school by the time. Well, it came out when I was in high school.
No Hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like I kind of started listening to it in middle school maybe,
Right.
but like, dude, that like No Hands and Jordan Belfort, those were like the
Mhm.
two songs that you started playing when you first got your driver's
Well,
license.
Jordan Belfort was a big one too.
Anything Kid Cudi as well, dude. I mean, I
Yeah.
literally have Pursuit of Happiness tattooed on my arm. I mean,
Kid Cudi was a big one too. The Jordan Belfort and that was played a lot down at IU. Like when we were going down there and visiting
some friends.
in high school. Yeah, just visiting, not doing anything else, just visiting. And then what was the other one that we were just talking about?
No
Kid
Hands.
Cudi. Kid Cudi.
Oh,
Kid
and
Cudi
Kid
was
Cudi.
big songs for especially.
This
the
is soundtrack to my
Soundtrack
life.
to My Life came out when I was in high school too, so that was a big one. It was huge, man.
I mean, really any like Lil Wayne song from that era, but not one, but two that really like stood out to me was Mrs. Officer and Tunichi Rollin'. Those are probably my two favorite.
Tunchi.
No, Tunichi.
Tunchi.
It's two
Tune.
Tune.
Tune. Chi.
Whatever.
T-U-N-E,
I always
Tunchi.
pronounce it Tunichi.
It's Tunchi. Tunchi. That's how he says it in songs. So you're an idiot.
My house is the hoe house.
I remember when the Carter 3 came out. I was a senior in high school.
The Carter 5 absolutely sucked, by the way.
Carter 3, actually no, Carter 3 came out. Carter 3 came out when I was like a sophomore. I take that back. It was like when I was a sophomore, but I was still listening to it when I was like a senior because I had my big truck, my F-250, and I had a 10-inch sub in there.
R.I.P.
Dude, that truck was, man, great truck. It was a piece of shit, but it was a great truck. But I had a 10-inch sub and a single cab truck, dude. Banger.
I remember when I had my 210s and my my Cherokee. That thing would rattle every door in the parking lot.
Yep.
See, I got my 212s before I even had a vehicle because my grandma sold stuff on like Amazon, and she was like one of the first people to do that kind of stuff.
To do like
Like-
drop shipping.
Yeah, and she had these West Coast custom subs.
What?
And she was like, I can't. She's like, I can't sell them. If you guys want them, you can have them. And I remember I looked at my brother and I said, dibs on the bigger ones, and ran. And I got the two. It was the 212-inch, and it had an amp built into it.
Hell yeah.
But I put them.
Can't really
under-
beat that.
No.
The amp is
Put 'em
what
under
gets
the
you.
back seat in my 98 Chevy, and I got a better amp from my uncle. God, I love those. I still got them.
Swing My Door by Gucci Mane and
Yeah.
Saint Brick Intro. I don't know if you know that one.
I don't know
Sean.
that one. I've never heard of it. But Swing My Door was a big one for us in high school.
Roll Up by Wiz Khalifa.
Anything Wiz
Any-
Khalifa.
yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
anything Wiz Khalifa because
Mhm.
like Wiz was like a big. This was like old Wiz, like good Wiz.
Old Wiz when he was wearing the sweaters
Yeah,
over
all
the
black
like
and
the
yellow.
like the sweaters over the button ups.
Yeah,
with
old,
the big glasses with no
Skinny
lenses in them.
Wiz.
yeah, old
that-
black and yellow Wiz.
That was like, I mean, that was the time that like everyone dressed like that.
Mhm.
That was a whole different time period.
Well, and that was big too because like we talked about it the other day. Like I saw Wiz 3 times in concert after.
yeah, I
graduated
never
high
saw.
school.
I mean, I guess we're speaking as if we can't see him ever again.
Right,
but
I saw him 3 times. And I haven't seen him
I
since.
went to
but
one of those concerts.
Never been to a concert.
Great time. It is a great time.
So I have Mac Miller on here. I just put 2 albums because really, I mean, both albums are absolute heaters. But Kids,
Mhm.
It's a good one.
kicking incredibly
Yes.
dope shit.
Yeah.
And then watching movies with the sound off. I know we talked about
That's
that
an
before.
older. That's
That's
like that's a newer album.
Because you
but
said Macadelic was like really big for you. I just-
Macadelic.
that like none of those really never came out during like my time in high school, obviously. But I really like a lot of the songs off watching movies with the sound
like
off.
his big albums for me were like one of the songs I guess you could say were Lucky Ass Bitch that came out in 2013.
Whoa,
Loud, I like my music real loud,
Yeah,
loud.
I
that
remember
came
that
out in
one.
2012.
dude, Donald Trump. I think that was
That was
that Macadelic or
can't remember
because he came out with that as a single before. I don't remember which album that's on.
See, I know Mac because of my older brother.
That's because your brother and I are about the same age, aren't we?
No, my
No?
brother's only 23, 24.
Oh shit.
But he had older friends that were kind of. It was like they had older friends that passed it down to them, then they passed.
I mean,
it to
that's
him,
kind of how
and
that
he
goes.
passed
It just
to
gets,
me.
you're riding with people older
Yeah,
than
but
you.
He was big
you hear that
into
music.
Mac Miller.
I mean, I love Mac Miller. He's a great artist.
Mm.
He, like I had told you the other day, he just dropped. Well, he did in posthumous or posthumous.
I don't know.
Posthumously, something like that.
He's dead, and they released an album.
Yeah.
Yep. But I guess he was in the works of it before he passed away.
Yeah, it was in
the
2014.
Donald Trump came off of The Best Day Ever, which
Ah,
was
okay.
in 2016.
So then I have on here to Eminem, Marshall Mathers.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, his 3-year stint of the Eminem show, then
Mhm.
Encore, and then Curtain Call. Those were
Bangers.
just straight
Yeah.
heaters, dude.
I wish Eminem went back to old Eminem.
I
Like,
did. So,
Mhm.
and he kind of went into this new school stuff almost to make fun of them,
Yeah, but
and then
it's
he
not that
just
good,
started making it more.
Yeah.
Well, he did that one. I can't remember if it was a music video or a skit, but it was like Marshall Mathers versus Eminem, and they were like talking to each other.
I think that
Yeah.
was the one he did with Juice World.
No, it was. I think it was just him, and it was like where they like talked, and they were like, "You're a phony," and he's like, "Well, like, you're me, and now you're pretending like you weren't like that kind of stuff.
Right.
Oh,
It was very odd.
So I got on here, really just about any T-Pain song from like that era, but
I'm
In Love with a Stripper
Yes.
and
She
Bartender.
ride-
Those are,
She
dude, those.
grinding that pole.
I still listen to those. I mean, I sent you guys both that Snapchat the other day of me singing it in the truck.
Yeah, and I said to please keep it to where it was only him singing
Yeah.
that song.
Yeah.
Mike Jones. Who?
281-330-8004. This
Who?
Mike Jones up on the low.
Who?
Mike Jones.
Who?
Mike
Jones. Still tipping on fofos.
Still tipping on fofos.
Or
Wrapped in fofos.
you had Paul Wall.
Paul Wall, the people's champ, dude.
Hey, it's Paul Wall. It's the people's champ.
Saying, my grill shine like a disco ball, dude.
Paul Wall was a guy.
Do you guys ever, speaking of Paul Wall, do you guys ever remember when Nelly and Paul Wall came out with grills and then everybody would take the gum wrappers and put them on their teeth as grills?
Dude, yes, I do remember that. Oh my
Because
god.
you'd be picking out the specific
Yeah.
gum that you knew had that wrapper.
Yeah, and then you'd do the mint one, like your gums would be on fire because it was
Yeah.
a piece of mint gum.
No, you had to get the extra gum polar ice flavor.
Yep.
And then I'll just end it off here with Crazy Rap by Afro Man. I mean,
That's a
I
good
feel
one.
like,
I mean, everybody knows that one.
hey, this blind man, right? He was walking down the street, right?
So-
Good morning, ladies.
That's a good one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So some of the nostalgic music for me was I listened to Jelly Roll and Lil White, No Filter and No Filter 2 religiously.
Yeah.
So that was back when Jelly Roll was pre-labeled Jelly Roll.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the Jelly Roll I know. Like to me in my mind, Jelly Roll is still Jelly Roll and Lil White.
Right. We talked
not
about that.
Jelly Roll in the country.
We talked about that, I think, on the New Year's Eve
Yeah.
podcast.
But them and then Lil Jon
Lil Jon, that was a good one.
and say Paul Wall, and then that was more like my uncle. Whenever we were around my uncle, he was playing that kind of
Nickelback.
more rap music. Now my dad, he had a 79 K10. I remember it in my mind as a kid, just this massive truck.
Yeah.
I don't know how high it was actually lifted.
Probably only like 6 inches.
Yeah,
But you
just
thought it was
this old
ginormous.
single cab K10, and
Right.
we'd listen to Three Doors Down, 3 Days Grace, Nickelback, Korn, all of that kind of music. And
How does that one? Oh no, I'm thinking of Limp Bizkit. Never mind.
we called
Limp
that,
Bizkit was a good one.
Ba
too.
what da ba da bang da bang. No, that's Kid Rock. Yeah.
stupid.
but we called it the Beast. And
The
he
Beast.
had this little action figure of the Beast from The Beauty and the Beast.
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I think that's on my Papa Tom's tombstone now, I think.
No.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Yeah. I never got to meet that Papa. He died before I was born.
Sucks.
Yeah.
You know,
But,
I'm surprised no one has said this, but Creed,
Creed's a good one. Well, so
yeah.
like, and what a lot of people don't know is
Foo Fighters, Green
Creed-
Day.
Creed is actually a Christian rock band.
Yeah, that's
A lot of people don't know
Creed and what's it? Everlong.
that. I don't know who
They're
everyone is.
they're the
You don't know
ones
who
that.
Everlong is?
No, I probably
Everlong,
would if I heard their song or
um,
something, but I don't. Not off the top
Oh,
of
what's
my
that
head.
one song?
It's like no,
No, it's not even that.
I don't know that. I'm terrible with remembering lyrics or songs.
I used to remember though when we used to go to like youth group and stuff when I was a little bit older, like in my like kind of teenagers, we used to have a lot of a guy that came all the time. I forget his name, but he was a Christian rapper. Dude was hype, buddy. Hype.
So the song I'm thinking of is not by them, but it's by Flyleaf. Completely different song, but was still right. Flyleaf, All Around Me.
Maybe I'd have to listen
So
to
the
it.
song I'm thinking of is called Everlong, but it's by the Foo Fighters.
Hmm.
That's a
So
good
All
song.
Around Me is I can feel you.
Oh,
all
yeah,
around me.
yeah.
Yeah, that's they're a Christian band as
Oh,
well.
cool. I actually went to a couple Christian concerts when I was growing up.
Didn't
Pretty
even
cool.
know it.
Pretty cool.
You just
We-
thought it was hard rock, but
Nah, there was some I actually knew. I mean, it was
Oh.
guys. I was
Can
real.
you take me high?
I was really bad into, like, not really bad, but like I was really into some stuff because I was trying to impress this girl that I was dating back in the day. So,
We've all been there.
Yeah, I was like kind of trying to change who I was then for this person, and yeah, obviously didn't go nowhere.
You got something out of it.
Yeah.
We had a kid that was older than me. I don't remember how much older. Not by a ton, but he was actually a semi-popular rapper from Shelbyville, Kid Quill.
Is that the dude who shot himself in the cheek?
Oh, I don't know.
There's a dude from Indiana, I don't know where, but he shot himself in the cheek on Facebook Live so that he would have a gunshot wound.
I don't think that was him. See, Kid Quill, from the little bit I've heard and understand, he was kind of like more like the Mac Miller kind of style.
Interesting.
Okay.
But
Yeah, no, this guy was like straight like emo rap type stuff.
Interesting.
Our teacher actually showed us a video of him doing like the school talent show, and like he was big.
Pretty good.
I mean, in high school he was big. Like people knew who he was, and I was like, it's actually kind of neat because there's not a lot. You don't even know Shelbyville, Indiana exists unless you're from a surrounding
Some people,
area.
We had someone. It was a band come out of Perry. It was a few years before me. I forget the Saving Sunday, I believe. Or Saving Sunday.
No clue.
But they only had like one like song that kind of popped off, and it was called Potty Mouth Princess. It's a pretty good song, actually.
We didn't have anything cool.
Nothing
cool like that.
So some of Stixie's nostalgic stuff. One movie I watched, it was either one of these two movies, either Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire.
Yep.
Yeah,
that
the
is
Tobey
Spider-Man.
Maguire
I
one.
Will Die on That Hill.
That
Not Andrew Garfield. Not
The Andrew Garfield one.
You're
They
talking
try to
about, like,
make him into like
who's
too
the
cool of a
new-
guy.
Who's the new Spider-Man?
Tom Holland.
Tom Holland.
You're talking about
Yeah,
like the
get him
very
outta here.
original.
Yes.
Not the Amazing Spider-Man, just Spider-Man 1,
Spider-Man,
2, and
yeah.
3.
Yes.
Back when he was
I had
getting
that-
consumed by Venom.
I had that DVD set, pristine. Would not let anyone touch it.
I have the first one on DVD, but that's it.
That and then Triple X.
Those are
With Vin
Dude.
Diesel. I
Yeah.
watched that movie.
Isn't there
so
multiple Triple
many
X's?
times.
I think so.
I think there's 2 of them.
Yeah.
2 or 3, something like that. But I watched that movie all the time. We burnt that disc. We watched it so many times.
So many times.
But you'll remember this, Vaughn. The Cool Math games.
Ooh, dude, what about Miniclip?
I remember Miniclip.
Mm-hmm.
Miniclip was cool. You used to have this. You used to be able to play games on like a website called Pogo or.
Yeah, I remember Pogo.
CandySaver.com or something
Not
like
Candy
that.
Saver. I do remember Pogo though.
Yeah, those are some cool ones from my time.
And then we had some of the games I played were Red Dead Redemption.
Yep.
I think everyone knows about that one.
Yep.
Not the
And-
second one, the first one.
Yeah. And Mafia 2.
Dude, that was
game was ahead of its time.
because the snow physics too.
And
I've got a
the
Mafia
cars,
game, I think, somewhere.
You could customize your cars a little
Mhm.
bit. You had
Yeah, you could put
different
like different
guns.
wheels on them.
Story, they still have not came out with a game that has a better story than Mafia 2.
Dude, and so
I'm
I went
telling
back
you.
like maybe 2 or 3 years ago, and I played Mafia 1, Mafia 2, and then the new one, Mafia 3. Their storyline carries through the entire series.
That's
yeah,
cool.
everything is connected.
See, I bought Mafia 3, and I actually bought Mafia 2 also. Because I seen it for sale for like $6, and I was like, I'm buying it. Like, I
Right.
want to
Dude,
have
Mafia
this
2
game.
is such a good game.
I haven't played much of Mafia 3.
It's
but
good. I mean, it's more of like a not futuristic, but it's more like up to date. Like it's more open world. There's
Mhm.
more things to do.
And then I had the MX versus ATV.
That's a good one.
That was
Great
that
game.
was
Dude,
the
one of the
shit.
Any MX versus
Mhm.
ATV and a lot of the NASCAR games too. Greatest video
Mhm.
game soundtracks.
See, now the new MX ATV, that I don't like it. It's too hard. You got to use too many buttons. You can't just drive and steer. You got to like clutch kick and lean, and it's too much.
They're trying to put too much into
yeah,
it.
they're trying to make it too realistic. It's like it's a video game. I don't want it to be real. I want it to come home.
Just let me do a triple backflip off of a fucking triple.
I want to be able to come home and pretend I'm Travis Pastrana.
Right.
Yeah,
that's
no
all I
kidding.
want.
Dude, that's a throwback there is Travis
When I
Pastrana.
got my dirt bike, I ripped the numbers off and got 199 to put
Oh
on
my
my dirt bike.
God.
Had to.
Dude, I remember I tried to jump my little tiny dirt bike. Well, it wasn't little to me, but I mean, it's tiny
Mhm.
compared to me now, and I try to jump it off of like, you made like the little ramps on your bicycle.
Mhm.
Well, I try to jump it off of that, and I basically broke the ramp going up it and then face planted.
We had we used to make our own ramps out of like cinder blocks and plywood and stuff like that.
So,
But then we also had the actual ramps. Like we got the BMX ramps,
The plastic
black,
ones?
Yeah, the black plastic ones. And then they had the little
Mhm.
shelf on the top of it, and you would
Mhm.
you would either like you would kind of go over those with your Razor scooters, throw back on that, or your mongoose. Mongoose.
Dude,
used to be
I
real
had
big.
a mongoose bike.
So
I still
do
have
I.
it actually.
Mongoose scooters were the best scooters out there, but then you get real ballsy and you'd spread the ramps apart and try to jump your bikes. I can't tell you how many bikes I demolished because of that.
So when I was younger, we had taken our Razor scooters, put them on the ground, and I think my stepdad feels guilty about it because he helped us. But we put those on the ground and put a piece of plywood over top of them to make a ramp. And we're going off of it. Well, I remember always, watching the Supercross, and they'd go off the ramp and they'd cut their wheel to the left. Well, I never realized they cut their wheel back straight when they went down. So I went off the ramp, cut my wheel to the left,
and never cut it back straight.
landed, and I ate the concrete. I had to go to the hospital and get stitches in my head.
Oh my God.
But and then I took my blue mongoose and I jumped it. Like the semi-loading docks,
Yeah.
how they go down. Well, ours they had the loading docks here, and someone had either backed into the railing or something because there was a spot missing out of the railing where it was flat. And I rode my bike and jumped it and landed and bent the forks all the way out. You know those chopper bikes?
Yeah.
I had one of those.
That's how my forks looked after I jumped it.
Hey,
had
so you
one of
made a
those.
chopper bike out of it.
I had one of
Yeah.
those American chopper bikes.
Dude,
That
I
was real
wanted,
big.
dude, throwback there,
Fat tire on the back.
Orange County Choppers, OCC, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I had one of those bikes. They were dope. They sucked riding, but they were dope.
Mhm.
Most uncomfortable bikes you could ever have.
But you look so cool.
So dope.
I wanted
Put
one
your old
bad.
baseball card in there and go.
There was a kid in our neighborhood that had one, and I wanted one bad.
Yeah.
And I think I was going to trade him. And I rode it around the block, and I was
Terrible.
like, nope, not doing it.
Terrible.
Yeah, he thought he was going to make out on that
That was
one.
a good.
yeah.
That was a good decision by you.
He
Sticks.
made a mistake letting me ride it before we traded. I rode it around the block, handed it back to him. I said, no, not happening.
Yeah, that was a good decision by you for sure.
But then you had, on the Xbox 360, you had the Trials.
Yeah, I remember
game
we had
that was
talked about
free,
that.
And you had this weird, I can't remember what it was called. It was like this boat racing game that was free.
Yeah, and we had talked about that one too. It's the same one that's in the arcades,
Yeah, I can't
but
remember the name.
it was on
of
an Xbox.
Yeah. But another throwback, Zoo Pals.
Dude,
Zoo Pals were the
what is it?
were it.
Zoo Pals.
Mhm.
Zoo Pals.
And then closer to high school, you'll probably remember this, Vaughn. The old vapes that were like
Puff
a
bars.
foot. No, the ones that were like a foot
Oh,
long
yeah.
and they were silver and they just leaked juice everywhere.
You couldn't turn them sideways or upside down, or
No.
else all that juice was coming out through
And
the coil.
You'd get this tiny, tiny little puff of smoke that would come out, and you would be trying so hard to do tricks with it. Because that's when all this stuff was on YouTube, like blowing the O's and all that.
Mhm. Smoke rings and stuff.
Yeah.
I remember
and-
I learned how to French
Mhm.
inhale off a YouTube video.
Yeah.
Wow,
And then
that makes me
oh,
feel
man.
fucking old.
That's when you
Yeah.
upgraded to the box mods.
I had a box mod for about 2 weeks, and then my mom found it, and I got in trouble.
See, my brother had a
I
car.
got my ass
so
whooped for that one.
We'd keep all his stuff. It was a 02 Cadillac DeVille. The car was
Oh,
a
the old
hunk.
Coupe de Ville.
The car was a hunk of shit. It was something in the electronics was messed up, so the car was speed limited itself to 90. You couldn't go over 90.
Well, who would need to go over 90?
Any high schooler with a heavy right foot wants to go over 90.
Right.
I mean, yeah, but
And I'll tell you what, you didn't go over 90, but you got there quick.
oh yeah,
For a high schooler, a Cadillac is a fast car.
Yeah.
yeah, you do not need to have
But-
any high schooler rolling around in a V8. They will find any way to race that thing.
That's where
and
we
make it
hid
loud.
all our stuff, though.
It was in his car.
Was our box mods and stuff. The window switch on the back passenger door panel, you'd pull it up, and that's where we put all our weed, our vapes, everything. And that car reeked. Mom never found it, though.
Damn.
I don't know how.
She
Damn.
probably tore that thing apart a couple times, but never thought to take out the window switch.
No, because you'd have to, like, get something under it and pry it and, like, yank it out.
That was
and
back
then
when
we'd
cars were made
stuff
tough.
all our stuff. Or I had a 98 Chevy extended cab, and that third door, you'd swing it out, and the pocket you could pull out and put all your shit in the door pan. Like
I used to
in
take
the
my
door,
third
and then
brake
put that
light out.
pocket back in.
That's what I used to do. I'd take my third brake light out and put my weed in there.
You guys. We just put our fucking weed in the fucking center console, bud.
Well, my parents would get in it and move it.
Yeah,
and
my
No,
parents
it
would
wasn't
all
even that.
that
I was
car.
just afraid of getting pulled over and going to jail.
I got pulled over one time as I was leaving at the house, and I had a eighth of weed in my center console. I almost hit this guy on this motorcycle because right there by Derbyshire and Southport Road, there's a blind turn kind of because there's a fence right there. And you
I know
couldn't
what you're
see.
talking about.
Yeah, I almost hit a guy on a motorcycle, and the cop was 2 cars behind me as I pulled me over. Wasn't even my car either, and yeah, I had an eighth of weed in there and let me go. Went and smoked, and
Yeah.
we were all good.
I never got
Nice.
pulled over with weed.
No, I
I
got
don't.
pulled
I never
I
have
don't
either,
know
but
how-
I was so scared too.
I got pulled over a few times with weed in the car.
I got pulled over a lot with carts, but you
See,
can't really
Sticks in Minecraft in a fictional world
in Minecraft.
might have maybe sold weed
In
in high
Minecraft,
school.
allegedly.
Allegedly,
In Minecraft,
plead the
in
fifth.
a
whatever.
video game.
Yeah.
Statute of limitations are up anyway.
But-
so it doesn't
That's
matter.
not even close to true.
We'd have 3 ounces in the door of that Cadillac. An ounce for us to smoke. And then
How
2
did you
ounces
fit
to sell.
3 ounces
Dude,
in that
when
door?
I say you would stuff, well,
Allegedly
we'd-
fit 3 ounces.
we'd have it in both back doors.
Ah, okay, that makes
but we
sense.
had 3 ounces, 2 scales, bag. I mean, if we were a
Dude, you were doing a hard
driving
time.
felony,
Yeah.
and then whenever we got acid, we put the acid in there too.
Dude, you're a hard time. You're doing
Do
10
not
years minimum.
know how we never got pulled over.
That's 10 years minimum because you have paraphernalia, intent to
Mhm.
sell,
Intent to-
allegedly.
Intent to distribute.
Yeah,
all
intent to
That
distribute.
I mean, I think
And possession of a controlled substance
I
with the
think
acid.
the only
Yeah.
reason we never got pulled over is because we lived in Shelbyville, which was a little nothing town, and that car was such a big piece of shit. We'd wake up in the morning and the radiator leaked, so we'd put the water hose in the radiator, fill it up, drive to school, and then immediately after school drive home, fill the radiator up again, and then like every few hours we'd have to stop at a gas station or a car wash or something and keep filling that radiator with water
Jesus.
because it would just leak it all out.
Jesus. You never
But
thought about replacing the radiator?
We didn't have the money to.
Dude, you
But
probably get a...
had the money to go buy 3 ounces. of
That's what
fucking
I'm
weed,
saying. You
though.
could go get a junkyard radiator and it wouldn't leak.
Yeah, but I'd rather. I was in high school. That's well, I told you guys.
In high
about
school, they were worried
that.
about buying weed, not fixing
No,
a car.
I
Yeah.
had a gold pinky ring.
Oh,
I-
yeah.
I
You
More
was
did.
worried about the gold
big
pinky.
pimpin'.
Yeah.
than-
Yeah,
I was
you-
big pimping. I
yeah,
did
you
not
told me
care.
about that one.
I still don't know where that thing is. I wish I could find it because it was like $5,000. Just kept putting the money back because I had my mom's house didn't have heat upstairs, but it had like holes in the floor where a vent
Baseboard
was
heating?
supposed to. No, it didn't have baseboard heating upstairs. We finally got that put in, but basically it was called radiant heating. You just have a
Yeah, I know
hole
what
in
you're
your
talking
floor,
about.
and the heat from the bottom would rise.
Yeah.
Didn't
That's how
work.
the old first apartment got heated when I
Did-
used to live there off
yeah.
of Stop 12.
Didn't work.
Oak Park.
But mine didn't have the vent. They had cut the top out and realized that the floor joists were running through there, so they just put the wood back. So I could peel it up and put all my money back in there and then put the piece of wood back down. I'll have to go to my mom's and peel it up and take a picture to show you
That's
guys.
funny.
See if there's anything left.
Got anything else on the list over there, Sticks?
I think that's all.
We can go ahead and wrap this up with a couple quotes here for
Yeah.
you guys.
Vaughn, you go ahead and start it
Yeah,
out. Sticks.
I'll start off.
I'll
I
end
came up
this.
with this one on my own accord, sort of. I saw something and then I kind of made it into a quote, I guess. It was something completely unrelated, but don't spend too much time looking in the rear view mirror instead of the destination ahead. You'll get caught up in traffic.
It's a good one.
It's a good one.
Old Von Bowser. Words of Von Bowser.
Yep. Direct quote.
Sticks.
This one's by the old Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Your self-worth is determined by you. You don't have to depend on someone telling you who you are or what you're worth.
Whoa. Whoa. Sean?
That's a pretty deep one right there, buddy.
Mhm.
It's pretty deep. I like it, though. Kind of gets the old brain flowing. Gets the old brain thinking a little bit. So I'm going to pull the old quote from church today.
Which one?
Stephen King.
Ooh, that is a good one.
Amateurs sit and wait for inspiration. The rest of us just get up and go to work.
Damn right.
That I like that one.
I mean,
today.
from a man who wrote a lot of short stories and a lot of books,
Yeah. I can't remember what the total was. I think 54 books, 54 novels.
something like that, and
54,
over
50.
200
short stories.
Yeah,
Yeah, is what Danny was talking about
'Cause he
today at
said-
church.
he never like gave himself like a specific thing. He just said he wanted to sit down and write like 2,000 words.
2,000 words a day.
Yeah,
Yep, over so many odd years, and then that gave him his desired result.
Mm-hmm.
it did.
Oh,
Over
sure.
what, like 50 some odd years or something like that?
No, that was how many books he wrote. It was over like
Oh.
20 years.
20 or 30 years, yeah.
It was like 26 years or something like that.
Yeah.
He had the equation up there on the board.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
remember
I can't
exactly.
remember
but
either.
yeah, it's 2,000 words a day over X amount of years equals him, Stephen King.
Yeah.
Best-selling author. Wow, offer.
Offer.
Yeah, author.
Got a little speech impediment there,
A little
buddy.
bit. It's my dyslexics coming through.
Yep.
This lipstick.
Dyslexia. I'm not dyslexic. I'm dysliptic.
So,
Never heard that one.
No,
No,
I have
never heard
not.
it. That's
because
just-
I'm
that just
not
sounds stupid.
dyslexic.
yeah.
Kind of a long one today, but
Kind of a long one, yeah. Welcome,
but
you know.
I think it'll be a good trip for everybody.
yeah, it's a good trip down memory lane.
The garage
Yeah.
losing power kind of threw a wrench in it.
Yeah,
did,
yeah,
it
that
did.
kind of gave us a big kind of standstill there.
But I mean, it was longer for us. But I mean, even the podcast itself is a little long today. But
Yeah.
we wanted to really kind of hone in on something today and kind of just go down memory lane. Like this was one. Every week after we get done with the podcast, we're always thinking about what we're going to talk about the next week. And we started to talk about nostalgic stuff last week. So
And it's so easy to just go off
we
on.
could-
There's so many things that we could go into.
we could ramble for another 2 hours.
And
about
yeah,
this.
easily.
And then our old ladies are going to be mad and yelling and screaming at us.
Yeah.
I
But
feel like this was the only one where it was like we thought of the idea and it's like it stuck out. It was like yes,
It was
like
instant.
We,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
want to talk about that.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we could even bring it up a couple months from now and still be able to talk about things that we never even hit
a whole
on.
bunch of different stuff.
Yeah.
So, again, we thank you guys for listening. We thank you guys for sticking it out. We appreciate those that are continuing to share, follow, like the Facebook page, share, the YouTube page, listen and watch, the YouTube video itself. I know we're still not streaming yet, and we talked about that a few weeks ago, that it's probably going to be a little while, but just stick with us, and we hope that you guys are enjoying it. I know some of our numbers have kind of dropped off a little bit from the first podcast. I know we're kind of getting a little bit longer the last couple of episodes, but just stick with us. Whether you guys do or not, I mean, we're enjoying it. We're having a good time.
Yeah, even if you don't watch it all in one sitting, just
Yeah,
give
break
us a
it up.
watch through, Watch us for 30 minutes, take a break, watch for another. I mean, it means a lot.
It does. It really does.
So-
Yeah,
I mean,
you
that's
Whenever you can get it in, please try and get it in. We very much appreciate it.
I usually listen to it on my way to work and then finish it on my way home.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's from literally,
The bottoms of our hearts.
yeah,
Thank you.
we truly appreciate it. I mean, we started this off from nothing, and now we're really trying. I think we've talked about it before too. We'd like to try to get on some type of streaming platform, maybe whether that be like Spotify or podcast for Apple Music or something like that. We got to kind of figure that out a little bit more. I know that might be a little bit more accessible to people other than
Yeah,
YouTube.
especially being able to listen to it in a car or something.
Yeah, I know YouTube's kind of funky, but I mean that's just what we got for right now. But those of you that do share stuff, that do interact with us, that do, take the time to interact with us, comment on things.
Keep doing it.
I do a lot of the Facebook stuff. I'm the one that's posting a lot of it. And it just means a lot to me. Every time I see, a notification pop up that so-and-so's commented on it, or so-and-so shared this, or so-and-so's, followed, half of the people I don't even know who are following. But,
And shout out to everyone who followed, by the way. Hit 200 followers I think it was yesterday or the day before.
a couple weeks, earlier this week.
Yeah, but I mean, that's a milestone.
It's
so
a big
we
one.
really appreciate all you guys that followed.
Yeah, it really is. It's a big one. I think our next goal is try to get to 500. That's my next
And then
goal.
after 500, 1,000.
Yep.
Once
so-
we see that 1 point whatever with a K,
We're doing it.
Wow.
We're doing it. So, continue, like we said, guys. Like and follow the Facebook page.
Share it. Talk to other
share it.
people about it.
Yeah.
Say, hey, have you heard of this? Probably not, but you should give it a listen.
Yeah, I mean, talk to people. Just talk to people that you work with, or friends, or acquaintances, or anything.
Family,
Yeah, whatever.
dog, neighbor.
The dog. Because yeah, I mean, I've even started kind of doing it at work, like talking to people about it. Like, oh, what'd you do? What we did in podcasts. Like, oh, some people kind of think it's stupid, but
Yeah, I definitely was made fun of a little bit at work for.
But I
doing
mean,
podcasts,
but it's like, it's funny though, because it's like, what are you doing when you get home? Oh, sitting on your fat ass watching TV, not
Right.
doing anything. Like
we still do that, but then we also do a podcast.
yeah, we're like thinking of stuff. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like our minds are all constantly racing on or not racing, but they're constantly going on like what we can do to make this better and stuff like that. And
Right.
and I mean, I know it's not for everybody, but we're trying to hit a bunch of demographics here and just do something different, and hopefully by doing something different it can get big at some point in time.
Yep.
I'm not gonna lie. I think part of it is it gives us three an excuse to see each other
Yeah.
at least once a week.
Yeah,
and
not wrong
talk
there.
to each other throughout the week.
Yeah.
Not wrong there.
Something for us to kind of still stay pretty
Mhm.
close in contact and
Yeah.
everything. And I mean, I feel like we would do it no matter what.
No,
but
we
it gives us a little bit.
would.
It gives us a little bit more of time to be able to hang out.
Well,
with
and it
each
kind of
other
gives
and-
us like a little bit of weekend routine.
Yeah.
Sunday, wake up, go to church, record the podcast, go home.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
Mhm.
today was a little bit later on recording the podcast. We had some stuff to do today, but we're trying to stay on a pretty good
yeah.
schedule.
Happy
of
late
it.
birthday, Callan. Even
Yep.
though we did wish him a happy birthday in the last episode.
Yeah, we did his birthday finally today and stuff. But yeah, for those those are of you who are digging it, like we said, the biggest thing that I have right now, if you guys are still with us and still kind of following this episode, if you guys are listening to it to the end, biggest thing that I have is just please interact. That I
Even
don't,
if you only just like the video on YouTube, that's something. you
yeah,
know?
and I would appreciate, I would love it if everybody would comment stuff. I know not everybody's it's not their jam. I try to share it to my own personal Facebook, but like that's my biggest thing. Like when we do stuff, I expect a lot more people to kind of interact for something free. Like you're gonna get a
no kidding.
fucking free $30 gift card that's coming out of our pockets.
Yep.
I don't just have a $30 gift card coming around, or just laying around somewhere.
No.
It's literally coming out of our pockets.
Yep.
So, just something to try to give back, to to the people who are trying and the people who actually, follow directions. So again, just kind of keep on that, keep your eyes out, share what you can, share what you want to, follow us, and, just kind of keep backing us. It means more to us than you know. But other than that, we'll get out of here and we'll catch you guys on the next one.